Yep, Charlemagne the God.
Andrew Schultz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots. We was just in here, just started listening to the Joe Budden podcast. We haven't heard the whole thing. We just heard the beginning of them listening to our podcast from last week where we were talking about Joe Budden's show, Everyday Struggle.
Everyday Struggle. And Academic Show.
Joe did, is it really Academic Show? I mean,
yeah.
He's there.
He is there. But
it's my guy. He's there. But Joe did call me Sunday. We was chopping it up about some things. I call him Journalist Joe now. Journalist Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Journalist Joe Budden. He used to be Jump Off Joe Budden. He's Journalist Joe Budden now.
That's right.
And I'm going to be honest with you, Joe, man. You know, I think otherwise, but we have a bet here. We have a nice little pool going.
Yeah, we think the show's going to be done in a month.
Yeah.
I think that, and I want you to prove me wrong. I really, honestly want you to prove me wrong. Because I love the show. I love how crazy and emotional you get and how much you actually care.
Yeah.
It really does feel like you actually care. But I think, what do you give it, Charlemagne?
I give Everyday Struggle about 6 months. And
okay.
I don't think Joe Budden's going to cause it to crash and burn, but I do think Joe Budden's is eventually going to walk away from it. Because that's just the type of person he is.
Fair enough.
Like, and Rory,
when success is there, he goes the other way.
Yeah, and Rory and Marley, all out of y'all goddamn mind to let him name the podcast the Joe Budden Podcast.
I know.
All right?
What the
You don't hedge your bets on somebody that unstable. All right?
Because what happens when he leaves the podcast?
He's going to leave. Listen, Joe, unless Joe has turned over a whole new leaf.
And let's hope he has.
Yes. If not, he's going to walk away from a lot of this shit. Like, Joe is the guy that right when shit starts to get good, he's like, nah, fuck this shit. I'd rather smoke cigars and make a mood music 10. Okay? So
I don't even know what you just said.
Mood Music 10.
I support it. Okay.
Mood Damn, thinking about Joe Budden smoking cigarettes made me cough. Mood Music is a mixtape series Joe Budden did.
Listen, I don't know anything about hip-hop. But I will say this is I hope that you use this as inspiration to Joe to keep the show going, Everyday Struggle. We want that to keep going. We're enjoying the content.
Yeah.
You know, I really hope that the infighting and the ego doesn't tear you guys apart, you know. And Rory, I didn't know that you were being sarcastic on Twitter. You said that you were being sarcastic. I did not know. That being said, I'd still think that infighting it might cause a demise. I would say, let me be fair. Originally, my guess was 2 months. I think 2 months is what it's going to be. But please,
hold on now. What are we hedging the bets on now? Is it the Everyday Struggle or the Joe Budden podcast?
No. Everyday Struggle.
Okay.
Everyday Struggle. Well, I don't know about the Joe Budden podcast.
They're going to change the Everyday Struggle to the Joe Budden Struggle in a minute, okay? It's going to be the Joe Budden Struggle,
He's just going to be yelling directly into the camera.
Featuring DJ Academics.
Oh, wow.
That's what's about to happen. And if Academics gets fed up and doesn't want to do it anymore, they're going to bring in Rory.
Really?
Yeah,
so maybe that's what the infighting is about. Maybe they're trying to get Academics out of there so that they can get Rory in.
If Joe Budden's smart, I'll be honest with you, you get rid of Rory and Mal and bring Academics on the podcast. Just do it.
Whoa, it's a double switch.
Hey, I'm just saying. This is all I'm saying. Rory and Mal, watch your back. All right?
Wow.
That's all I'm saying. I see what's going on here, okay?
He gets Academics off of Everyday Struggle.
Journalistic
Rory
Joe
on to Everyday Struggle. Then he leaves Everyday Struggle and continues Joe Budden podcast with Academics.
Boom.
That is some
Joe Budden gets all the money, baby.
Opera-esque drama right
Joe
there.
Budden, Journalistic Joe, a.k.a. the Chief Cultural Director for Complex Media.
Damn.
Right?
Wow. That is some genius shit, Joe. Man, we're watching, though. We're watching.
We're paying attention. We got a nice little pool here at Loudspeaker.
Exactly.
To see how long everything lasts.
Yeah.
But, Joe, things don't work out. You can always bring the Joe Budden podcast to the Loudspeaker Network.
That's right.
We talked about that on Sunday as well. Mm-hmm. All right, good business is good business, goddammit.
That's right.
All right, we like unstable people over here. Salute the tax. All right. All right. Okay, well, listen, I want to tell everybody go to BrilliantIdiotsMerch.com.
Yeah.
Pick up some Brilliant Idiots merchandise. Salute to High U Clothing, for always producing that great Brilliant Idiots product. All these book signings I go to, it never fails. It's always 10, 15 people with Brilliant Idiots merchandise on.
Let's go.
Well, I don't care where I'm at. It don't matter. Dallas, Atlanta, L.A. Somebody got a hoodie. Somebody got a T-shirt. This one dude made me a real cool Brilliant Idiots necklace because I guess he does like woodcraft jewelry.
Okay.
So he had a necklace that he had on, and he ended up giving it to me. So salute to that brother whose name I can't remember right now. But go to BrilliantIdiotsMerch.com right now and purchase some Brilliant Idiots merchandise. And please continue to purchase the New York Times best-selling Black Privilege. Opportunity comes to those who create it. Available everywhere now. I'm about to actually go back on the road.
Okay.
Because the book's doing, extremely well. So Touchstone wants me to go back out there and touch some of the cities that I haven't touched yet. So Houston and Philly and Chicago and Charlotte and Savannah and Miami.
Amazing.
I'm coming to all those places really soon. I love the conversations that we're having about this book. I met this blind guy. They call him the blind visionary. He was in L.A. And the reason he said the book resonated with him so much, of course he has the audiobook.
Yeah.
Which he wanted me to sign.
Braille. Did they do it in Braille?
He wants me to sign the audiobook. I don't know how. I'm still trying to figure it out. Yes,
he
did.
Come
he did.
on.
Yeah, he did.
In what? Did you sign it? You got to sign it in Braille.
I don't know. Maybe he knew something I don't know. Maybe they have pens that can sign audiobooks. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. But he said that he wakes up every day. You just got to
record it to Charlemagne the God.
Yes. That might be it. Yeah. He gives me the audiobook, and at the end of it, I go, to Blind Visionary by Charlemagne the God. But he told me that he wakes up every day in darkness. So all he sees is blackness.
Yeah.
So he has to find power in that darkness. And I just thought that was just the way he broke it down was dope.
That's dope. Yeah, he doesn't even know what darkness is.
No, he used to concede.
Oh, that's fucked up. I feel way worse for those people. Yeah,
he used to concede. He lost his vision. I actually want to bring him on the show because I think his story is dope. But I either want to bring him on the podcast or the Breakfast Club. But his story is real dope. And he said that he has dreams. Can you imagine this? He has dreams that he can see.
Dude, dreaming must
be
the most fun.
And then he wakes up and you're blind.
Yeah. No, it's
Jesus
awful.
Christ. So salute to my guy, but please continue to purchase the book. Black Privilege. Opportunity comes to those.
Why
did
he go blind?
I ain't even ask him. It wasn't that kind of setting.
But was it like some diabetes shit or what?
Nah, he's definitely not fat. Okay. Not fat at all. Yeah. And he's Jamaican.
Oh, yeah, they never go blind.
Yeah. Walk on, brethren. Walk on.
He saw some
walk on. I can't see what's going on.
No, he saw... Bro, he saw some gay dudes kissing and he just went blind.
Whoa. Bati boy.
His eyes gave up.
Bati boy.
He cannot see no more.
Can you imagine a blind person who can't see, but he knows there's some gay stuff going on in the room?
Smell
it. He just walks in. Bati boy.
What the pants you wearing so tight for?
What does a gay Haitian say?
Sakwase.
Suck a dick.
Suckwale.
Okay.
All right, man. Well, anyway, so Charlemagne, what's going on, man? America's falling apart or what?
America is not falling apart. America is actually right on schedule with everything. Listen, put it like this. Everybody knew this was going to happen. Like, I don't know why we had a hint of optimism, I guess because we had no choice after Donald Trump became president. So we all had just a hint of optimism. Like, you know what? We're all American. We love America. Let's hope the best for the country. Let's wish the best for the country. But we all had to know this shit was going to go down like this.
Well, let's define what it is. I'll be honest.
It's clearly Russia.
Okay.
Clearly, Russia has manipulated the motherfucking election.
Yeah.
Which would explain why.
Don't deny that.
Which would explain why somebody can have more than 3 million of the popular vote and still lose.
Well, no, that doesn't have anything.
You don't think so?
No, it doesn't have anything to do with it. Because
that wide a margin, though.
It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I think because people have lost popular votes before. We know
not like that though.
No, but they have, and maybe percentage-wise, it ended up being the same. But I think the issue is it's not about the popular vote. Here's my feeling. I don't deny that Russia tried to influence the election.
I think they did.
I don't deny that. Yeah. I think they did as well. Just like America has tried to influence elections around the world. I'm sure America tries to influence the British election. I'm sure it tries to influence the French one. I'm sure it tries to influence the Turkish. Like, whatever an election is happening, I'm sure America tries to influence it to benefit them. The issue, what I didn't believe is that Russia colluded with Trump. What I thought was Russia said, look, we know Hillary don't fuck with us, so what we should try to do is get anybody else but Hillary elected. Oh, Trump's the front runner. All right, put the thing with Trump. And I don't think they called Trump and said, yo, Trump, we're fucking with you.
I think they did.
No, initially, I didn't think that.
Yeah, after he got hot?
Initially.
He got hot, absolutely. When he got hot, they was like, look, let's make this happen.
Let's make this happen. Now, I didn't think that they called Trump or any of his people. I thought it was a completely independent thing, and Trump and Russia was like, yo, we got a better chance with Trump than we do with Hillary. Let's fuck with this Trump guy, see if we can make it happen. I didn't think Trump would be so stupid as to actually collude with Russia. I can't believe that you could be that dumb.
If your ego is so big and you're a narcissist and you really want to be president of the United States of America,
lose publicly?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you get a little extra incentive, a little performance-enhancing drug? Make sure you hit a home run. So you're telling me you can guarantee I'll be president of the United States of America. But when you do that, guess what? You're not fit to be the leader of the free world because you're not the leader of the free world. Now, we all know presidents for the most part are puppets, right? But this is like the first visible time.
But usually it's a puppet of something within the country. In this country,
absolutely. Yeah. So now it's like, nah, buddy, nah.
Now we're concerned with a puppet outside country. So obviously everybody's listening. This probably all knows, and in other countries you probably already know that America fired the head of the FBI,
James Comey, which is only the second time an FBI director has ever been fired in the history of America.
Now, they've wanted to fire FBI directors in the past, but they just haven't done it. Like they wanted J. Edgar Hoover, I think it was Hoover? Was that?
I don't fucking know.
Who they wanted? Was that your president? Yeah,
I think he was even know any FBI directors until James Comey.
Anyway, who was the guy who dressed up like a girl? That's Hoover. Okay, yeah. So they wanted to fire him. They thought he had too much power.
So they fired him for being a cross-dresser?
No, but they found out he was a cross-dresser later. Wow. They did some investigation on him. See, this trans shit has been around for a minute, yo. This shit ain't new, okay? Kaitlan, you ain't popping shit off, okay? The leader of the FBI was popping shit off. Anyway, point is, I read a few articles, and this is basically what one of them said. I thought this was very interesting. There is only one reasonable conclusion that can be drawn from the decision to fire Comey, that there is a grave wrongdoing at the center of the Russia scandal and that it implicates the president. As I write this, I have a difficult time believing that the last sentence myself. But sometimes you have to step back from your assumptions and simply look at the available evidence that you have for you, okay? It's speaking clearly. The only reasonable explanation is that the president has something immense to hide and needs someone in charge of the FBI who he believes is loyal. That's John Marshall from Talking Points memo. Here's the thing. And I read this quote, you only shit your pants on purpose when you're trying to cover up a worse smell.
Absolutely.
That shit was so because
this isn't James Comey's not the first. It's Michael Flynn. It's who was the other person they got rid of?
The district attorney or whatever.
Nah, it was somebody else higher up than that. It was Michael Flynn, James Comey, and somebody else.
I thought when he fired the district attorney.
Maybe that is it. I don't remember. But all I'm saying is, the moral of the story is this. Yeah. What Trump needs to realize, the jig is up, brother. And you can burn the Carter down all you fucking want, but they clearly got more than enough evidence to get your ass. And this is the reason I feel a lot of people in the Democratic Party, the higher-ups, like Barack Obama ain't saying shit.
Because he knows.
He knows. He been knew. He's like, all right, fuck him. He's like, fuck him. Watch what this happens. You haven't heard Hillary come at Trump crazy.
That's true.
Nothing. Yeah. Bill Clinton.
So who becomes president? Because you can't trust the entire...
They're going to get rid of the whole shit.
You can't trust the entire administration, yo.
This all I know is we're about to witness something. We've witnessed something unprecedented the last 3 presidential elections. Mm-hmm. First, a black president. Yeah. All right. So this time, we had a woman going up against a reality
Once you
star.
go black, you never go back. Why the fuck we go back?
That's true.
This is what happens when you go back.
We about to be running on autopilot for at least a year.
What you mean?
I think they're going to blow up this whole shit. And they're going to be like, America, y'all on your own for at least a motherfucking year. Because who can we trust at this point?
You can't trust anybody in his administration because everybody's part of it.
Nope. And everybody's gotten quiet.
Yo,
Steve Bannon got so goddamn silent.
So did Pence. I haven't heard Pence say anything. All I know is he got a bunny rabbit.
He spoke today. I don't know what he said, but he spoke today.
Look, all I know is this. James Comey was fired, right? This is what people are saying. There's 2 options. Mm-hmm. One is that James Comey was fired because of how he handled the Hillary Clinton by Trump.
Total bullshit.
I know because of how he handled the Hillary Clinton investigation.
Total bullshit.
Now this bullshit because Trump already complimented Comey on how he handled the fucking Clinton investigation. He said the entire time he did a great job. The second he was put in office, he was like, "We need to reward James Comey for how brave he was for doing that shit." Now you firing him. It's very suspicious.
They firing Comey because Comey's investigating Donald Trump on his goddamn relationship with Russia.
Now
I read an article that just came out. It said last week, shortly before he was fired, James Comey requested more money and resources from the Justice Department for his borough's investigation into collusion between the Trump campaign and the Russian government. Okay, that's according to 2 officials with knowledge of the discussion. Comey made a request in a meeting last week with Rod Rosenstein, the Deputy Attorney General, and Senate Intelligence Committee members were briefed on the request on Monday. Rosenstein wrote the memo that was used to justify Trump's swift and unexpected firing of Comey. So that's basically saying, look, hey, Trump, this motherfucker just requested more money, okay? He's coming after your goddamn ass. What you gonna do? And they fired him.
And now here's the thing. Trump gets to appoint another FBI director, right? Now, he, of course, would appoint an FBI director that is going to be one of his lackeys that isn't going to pursue this investigation on Russian collusion. Now, in order to appoint an FBI director, you need 51 senators to agree it. Guess who has the majority in the Senate?
The Republicans.
The fucking Republicans. So Republicans, this is really on you.
We about to see
fate of the free world.
There you go.
Do you care about the free world?
We about to see who gives a fuck about the country.
Exactly. Because Republicans talk all this shit about how they care about the Constitution, they care about the country. Right now, you have the literal breakdown of democracy and the values that make America different than any other country in the world, the freedoms that make us different than any other country in the world. Are you going to defend America, or are you going to defend a literal shift to dictatorship in Trump?
I said this.
You're firing everybody who is against you? That's what's happening in Turkey. That's what happens in all these other dictatorships.
Yes, I said this on the Stephen Colbert Show. We have reached a point when it comes to this Trump shit. It's not about conservative and liberal. It's not about left and right. It's about right and wrong, good and evil, God and Satan. Pick which side of history you want to fucking be in.
And I'm not going to lie. I believe that there are Republicans that believe more in, that care more about America than they do about whatever party agenda.
As they should. Like, let's be clear.
They should.
Trump ain't your fucking guy. Trump's not even a Republican.
He just put the cape on.
Word up. He's not your guy.
No, come on.
Like, you're making your whole party look bad by motherfucking letting this guy continue to do what he does. And America's not about dictatorship. It is about democracy. So I enjoy the show because I know that this whole shit is about to crash and burn. I just don't want America as a whole to crash and burn with it. But we still got time. We got time to get the fuck out. It's only been 100+ days. We got time.
Wait, time to be what?
To not let the country crash and burn. We cannot stand 4 years of Trump. I don't think we can stand a year of Trump. Do you realize that it hasn't been 100? It's only been 100+ days. Think about this shit. The biggest scandal fucking Barack Obama had was wearing a tan suit.
Yeah, what
the fuck, man? I met Michelle Obama last week too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was at I did. She has a national signing day every year where she celebrates all of the college kids that are going off to school and whatnot. Okay. And she invited me to come speak to the kids, which was interesting because it was me, Black Thought, and Questlove, and we all had to come out on stage and talk to the kids. And I'm like, Questlove, you went to college? Dropped out. Tariq, you went to college? Dropped out. Charlamagne, you went to college? Fuck no. but we went out there.
That's the equivalent of getting Ja Rule to host a music festival. The fuck is Michelle doing the Fire Festival of College Sonics? This is awful, man.
Hey, man. But it was a huge event, man. And it's funny. First of all, I want to get on that level of Michelle Obama because when you meet Michelle Obama, they take your phone. They take your backpack, purse, whatever you got. They check in. You are going to meet Michelle bare ass, and her people take the picture. And then, not only do her people take the picture, I still haven't gotten the picture, and it was last Friday. And I've heard stories, like somebody told me Drake went to go meet them at the White House. He didn't get his picture till like 3 months later.
Or they got to Photoshop that lovely.
They vet the motherfucker, and they said Kim Kardashian fucked it up for everybody.
What do you mean?
Say Kim K walked up on Michelle with took a fucking selfie. Yeah. And they say she is the reason why it goes down like that. Yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard. But Michelle Obama's a very, very lovely woman, and I wish I could tell y'all what she told me, but if I told you, you wouldn't believe me. So maybe one day Angie Martinez will tell y'all what Michelle Obama said to me.
What'd she say?
I'm not ever going to repeat it.
Come on, just say it. Why would you even say that, you dick?
Because nobody will believe me, so I'm not going to say it.
What, did she say that her husband's dick also grows in the summer?
Nah, she listen, remember when I told y'all a long time ago that I got better balls than Barack?
Yeah.
And she was like, she agrees with me, and she actually feels like Barack gets a lot of his shit from the podcast.
Shut the fuck up.
You're right. You're right. I made all that up. You're right. You're right. I made all that up. You're right.
You saw how I wanted to believe that shit for a second? I knew he was listening to the podcast. I told you for years he was stealing our shit.
You're right. I made that up. But she did say something to me that I would let Angie Martinez say.
What'd she say?
I'm not saying.
Man, just say it. Why would you
Nope,
even do
I'm actually
this?
doing it. Today's Thursday. We're taping this on Wednesday. I'm doing Angie's show today. I'm going to let Angie tell the people. Anyway, it was nothing crazy. It's just like, what? It's just like one of those what the fuck moments for me. I had a couple what the fuck moments last week, bro.
Right.
And this is why
What did she say to you? Tell me what she said.
I'm not saying.
This is going to drop after Angie.
I'm still not saying it. Angie may not say it.
Yo, I don't like you.
And by the way, I didn't even know what to call Michelle. I was like, do I call her queen? Do I call her first lady? And she was like, just Michelle. I was like, I'm not calling you Michelle. I was like, there's no way I'm calling you Michelle. Michelle Obama said, just don't call me the B word. And she said, just don't call me the B word. And I go, who the hell would call you the B word? She said, oh, there's some people out there that would say that. I said, I bet you they're Trump supporters. That happened. That really did happen. But I'm not telling you what she said before.
What did she say? How are her feet?
I didn't even look, man.
How'd she smell?
I just gave her a hug. Like, Michelle's dope, man.
Wait, you're allowed to hug her?
Yeah. Michelle's cool as shit.
Yeah, I know. I love her on Colbert and shit. She's amazing. Wait, so you went up to her. You went in for the hug, or did you put the hand out?
She went in for the hug.
She went in for the hug.
And then then at the end, I just shook her hand because I didn't want to go in for the hug.
She brought you in?
Yeah, no, I just shook her hand. I was like, thank you, nice to meet you, whatever, and kept it moving. But Michelle Obama's really, really dope, man. And I'm telling you, the best part about life right now is growing and evolving the way I'm growing and evolving and getting into new spaces and just realizing who the fuck is paying attention. I'm not even going to front. That's the illest.
So Michelle's paying attention.
Michelle is definitely paying attention.
Absolutely.
And that's 100%. What she said to me lets me know she's paying attention. So much so I was like, all I could say when she told me, I was like, really?
Yeah. Did you see what she tweeted after that?
What'd she tweet?
She just said something. It was like, it was so much fun meeting one of my favorite radio personalities, Funk Master Flex. And
listen, speaking of that guy, we really do need to start addressing mental health issues in hip hop.
You think Flex is losing it, bro?
I'm concerned, man.
Real talk.
I'm concerned. First of all, everybody's asking me why I didn't give him Donkey of the Day. It's like I gave 2 years ago, the last Donkey of the Day I ever gave to him was a eulogy. And I said,
you can't bring him back.
I'm not doing that. He's a corpse, and that's why he's talking about Tupac, because corpses speak to corpses. Maybe they got we think we're witnessing this beef from the dimension of reality. They might be in hip hop heaven for all we know.
That's crazy.
He really might have an issue with Pac. Pac might have a whole diss record to him up there.
What's the beef about? I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't give a shit. I think it is all pointless. But when I saw him on Instagram Live, I was really concerned, bro. I'm like, yo, we need to really start discussing mental health issues in hip hop, because there's a lot of things that go with that. Not only is it mental health issues, I really think this whole thing about aging in hip hop is fucking some people's minds up. It looks crazy. He looks crazy. It's almost like a war vet that's talking about a war that happened 20, 30 years ago.
He's having PTSD flashbacks?
PTSD flashback. That's what it seems like. It really seems like, you ever talk to a veteran and they start talking like the war is going on right now? Whether it's Vietnam, whatever.
Dude, Chinese food gets delivered, they start jumping under
the
table.
That's what I saw in that Instagram Live, man. That shit hurt my feelings, man. We need to really start talking about mental health issues in hip hop, bro.
Do you think that mental health issues can be caused by beard dye? You think that's okay?
I'm not going to knock beard dye because I don't know if I'm going to need it yet.
Dude, when I see people with the dyed beard, it actually makes me respect the people that let the grays go out.
Yeah.
At first, I was upset at Shaq because he has 6 or 7 little grays. But I respect it now, man. Live your truth.
Let that shit go, bro. Let it go.
You look crazy when the gray starts to come out from under the black.
You look like you got a lace front on your chin. Now, lace fronts only look good on stage and cameras. You girls that walk around. No, you girls that walk around with lace fronts in the street, y'all look stupid. That's how guys look with that goddamn black dye motherfucking beard on their face.
Just either shave your beard or let it come out gray.
Let it go, man. Especially when motherfuckers know you old already. God. They know you the OG. Let it fucking go. I got a problem with Shaq too.
Why? What happened?
I love Shaq. But I didn't like what Shaq said about LeVar Ball.
What did Shaq say?
When LeVar Ball, the innovator that he is, the visionary that he is.
Yep.
Okay, when LeVar Ball came out with his $495 sneaker and Shaq tweeted out some shit like, real big ballers don't overcharge kids for their sneakers. And I'm sitting there like, Shaq, Every motherfucking sneaker company overcharges for sneakers.
Yeah, and the ones that don't sell any sneakers.
Sneakers cost $12 to make, $15, $30 at the most, and they fucking they hike them up 6 times the motherfucking price to make.
And you want to know why that is? I'm gonna keep it very real right
Yes.
now. You want to know why they hike it up 6 times?
Why?
To pay for these motherfuckers that charge $200 million in a contract for the sneakers.
Damn.
So,
right.
yeah, a couple Chinese kids make the sneakers for $3.
Come on, man.
Right? But when LeBron makes $200 million,
come on, man.
Nike got to come up with that money to pay him.
And I'm not.
So don't talk about how sneakers cost $3 and it's fucked up how Nike makes them cost a lot of money. These athletes charging. If you really care. Yo, what Stephon Marbury did, I mean, Stephon Marbury also went crazy, started eating Vaseline. But when he sold those Starberries for $15, that was unprecedented.
Yeah, but they was trash, though.
They were awful.
Yeah, because if the sneakers only cost $15 to make, Steph, charge $45.
Come on.
Just make them look better.
Come on.
That's all I'm saying. You can make them, $45 is still reasonable.
Yo. No girl's fucking you when you got Starbucks.
No way.
On. Come on. You
Ain't
can't
nobody,
even trust the cleanliness of his dick. He can't afford soap.
No way.
He can't afford body wash. He can't afford toothpaste if he's wearing $15 sneakers.
I hated that. I hated when everybody was like, yo, it's good for the hood. No, it's not. You know why it's not good for the hood? Because motherfuckers getting teased in Starburys. Now I got to fucking fight in school. Might have to bring a gun. You say something about my Starburys again, I'm going to fucking smoke you. But I got time for that shit, man.
Yo, but you can afford a gun now that you paid $15 for the sneakers.
People that be robbing niggas for sneakers in the hood, beating up the kids with the Starburys. How dare you come around here with these shit?
Yo, fucking up the hood. The hood has a reputation uphold.
Come on, man. But I just didn't like that whole, because first of all, I respect what LeVar Ball's doing.
Yeah, I like it.
Because I like the spirit of independence.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like if LeVar Ball does what he's supposed to do and this actually works, he changes the dynamic between players and sneaker companies forever.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with it. Imagine if LeBron James would have forego his first Nike deal, or let's just say he took the money and only did, it was a 2-3 year contract. Then he decided, you know what, I want a partnership instead of being a fucking endorser. Steph Curry did it with Under Armour. He fucking signed with fucking Under Armour and got equity in the company and didn't go with Nike just to be an endorser. And I respect what Steph did because this motherfucker put his name on some ugly ass sneakers.
No, sneakers ain't that bad. They're just a Kobe. He copied the Kobe.
They not that bad because he's a great player.
Wait a minute, who did that?
Steph Curry.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about Lonzo. They're awful. You're right, they're awful.
Under Armour's are trash. Yeah. But
that's how good Steph is.
But he became a $14 billion company that Steph has equity in.
Yeah.
How can you knock what LeVar Ball is doing? I respect it. And then, you know, it's so interesting to me that a lot of us are so used to being consumers. Like, we're so used to being consumers that when we see somebody step out and actually say, no, I want to be the motherfucker that's supplying the product. I want to be the actual plug instead of just being a consumer. We look at LeVar Ball like he's crazy. Oh, my God, you would turn down $15 million or $20 million for your son? If a motherfucker can afford to pay you $15, $20 million, $100 million, $300 million, how much you think he's making off you? So LeVar Ball's looking bigger picture.
Sure.
Way bigger picture, and I respect it.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I think the issue that a lot of people have is they don't believe in Lonzo's talent. So they're like, yo, get the bag now because you don't know how it's going to be in the NBA. You don't know if you're going to get injured and your career's in jeopardy. You don't know what's going to happen.
It's about betting on yourself, Schultz.
They're betting on himself. I appreciate it. And I'll be honest, I think the only thing you can do is charge that much money for the sneakers. Because you have to get free press. You can't afford a press rollout, a promo rollout like Nike can. You can't afford it like Adidas can. But you can charge an exorbitant amount of money for your sneaker.
Smart.
Right? And then guess what? We're talking about it. Shaq talking about it. ESPN talking about it. Bleacher Report talking about it. Sports. It's the greatest marketing plan in the world. So you release a $500 sneaker, right? That's another thing about sneakers. And business in general. You can't increase price once price has been established. You can decrease. Exactly. Yeah. So Uber started out as the nice ass black SUVs, and then they got Uber X, which is a little bit whatever.
Fuck Uber X. But Paige called an Uber X the other day. I started to kill Paige. I was leaving KTLA in LA, and she called an Uber X, and this fucking white Honda 2-door with 3 hubcaps pulled up, and this little motherfucker in that shit looking like he couldn't wait for Paige to get in so he could just take her to sell her for $5,000 somewhere if he could get that much for her. And I was like, Paige, if you don't motherfucking call Uber Black or Uber fucking VIP, I might have to fire you. Like, this is ridiculous.
You're not representing me right.
Exactly. You had to see this fucking white Honda and this fucking crackhead looking guy pulling up. Like, it shows you who the guy is. Like, he didn't even have stars. He had like fucking leaves. It was like 4 leaves.
It was microphones.
Yes.
It was like, what is this, the Source?
Yes. So, but yeah, you're saying Uber.
So Uber can scale down. You can't scale up. Like, Lyft started out as the cheap version. Lyft can't offer an expensive version because we already identify you as the pink mustache.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, and this is with all brands. Like Prada sells thousands of dollars of bags, but they can sell a sneaker for $300 because they scaled down.
Yeah.
Payless Shoes can't offer a really nice version of a sneaker because we know Payless is cheap as fuck. So what they could do is have a $500 sneaker, and then after this, the market has been established, also sell a $200 one. Yeah. And we'll think we're getting some benefit out of it because it's attached to the $500 brand. To be honest, people are acting like LeVar is dumb. Either LeVar or the people in business with LeVar know what the fuck they're doing with business. They're taking a risk, but if Lonzo balls out, and he balls out for a major market team like LA.
If Lonzo gets drafted to the Lakers,
and he plays well,
if they even just make the playoffs,
it's over.
It's a wrap.
People suck the Lakers' dicks in LA so hard it's crazy.
And guess what? We live in such a time of immediacy. If he comes in and has a super rookie year,
that's it.
A company's gonna partner with him immediately because they're gonna be thinking like, hold up, let's get him in now. Because if we don't, the fucking price is gonna be too high. Let's get him now. And to have that mentality of he could get hurt and this and that. That's such a pessimistic fucking attitude.
Yeah, why
man.
you thinking? Why you
Shut
putting that out
the
in the
fuck
world?
up. And I'm gonna tell you what pissed me off. I seen this woman. I don't know her name, but she had a YouTube blog out, and she was shitting on me, and she was shitting on LeVar Ball. But in her YouTube bio, it said for donations. So basically, she wanted donations for her YouTube page or whatever. LeVar Ball made $154,000 in 24 hours while you're shitting on him.
Listen.
He decided, I don't want to be a fucking consumer. Yeah. I don't want to be a worker. In his exact words, I don't want these fucking companies to own my son. I'd rather partner with them. And you shitting on this man? We talk all this shit about black independence and black ownership, and you're shitting on a man who's attempting to do just that. And this man made $154,000 in a day. Meanwhile, you're accepting donations for your YouTube page.
Makes people feel insecure, bro. You upset that you didn't have a dad that believes in you like LeVar. That's what I hate the most is when people set him up with these fucked up questions. These journalists are pieces of shit, yo.
Yeah.
Just some journalists are pieces of shit. You ask him a question that you know how he's going to answer, and then you use his answer to make him look like he's outrageous.
Yeah.
Right? Like if I ask you about your daughter, I go, hey, I don't know if your daughter does gymnastics. Hey, do you think your daughter... She does, okay. Yeah. Hey, do you think your daughter's going to be better than whoever the fuck the best gymnastic chick now is?
I'm going to say goddamn right. I hope so. I want her to be.
Your fucking daughter. How you going to look your daughter in the eye after saying, nah, she's trash?
Absolutely.
Come on now. So I think it's crazy. I just think it's unfair. I'm a huge LeVar Ball fan. I think he's the greatest. I think he's the greatest sports father since the Williams sisters' dad.
Better than the Mannings?
Yeah.
Better than Archie?
Yeah, I think he's better than Archie, man.
Listen, I fuck with LeVar Ball. I don't agree with everything he does.
Archie played in the league, yo. That's different. You know what I mean? The Williams sisters pops didn't play professional tennis.
Yeah.
And LeVar averaged 2 points in college.
I didn't like when LeVar Ball tweeted out the shit about if you can't afford my shoes, you're not a big baller. I didn't like that because I don't feel like you should ever shit on your potential consumers in that way. But I respect the energy of what he's doing. And what I really don't understand is why do y'all want him to fail so bad?
I just want him to get his tooth colored. That shit does bother me.
If we buy enough of these goddamn sneakers,
that's the first
he can
thing
afford
he need to do. He need to get some veneers. That's the first thing you got to do.
I just don't understand if we live in such an era where we want black ownership and black equity and black independence. Why are you upset that this man is choosing to do just that? Like, why are you so upset that you want him to fail?
Because you don't have the courage to do it yourself.
It makes no sense to me.
Courage intimidates people, man.
Yeah.
You know that shit.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers probably shit on you when you said you wanted to write a book.
Yeah, especially when I name it black privilege because I think it's a privilege to be black. Man, I had the best compliment the other day, man. This dude, the guys that make black on black clothing, man, he said, man, you've really created a 2017 Black is Beautiful.
Man...
Word up.
You know that we've been talking about this. This is what people don't realize. Like outside the podcast, we've been talking about this for fucking 4 years, probably.
Absolutely.
This idea of being proud of who you are, regardless of if
regardless
it's black,
of what you are, be proud
of you, not being a victim because not being a victim doesn't mean that you have to disregard what has happened to your people, what has happened in the world.
Absolutely.
But taking a choice to do something with your life regardless of what obstacles are in your way.
We have no choice.
You have a choice. If you got one leg,
have no choice.
you got no fucking choice.
Brother.
Just go out there and do it. And this has been 5 years. We've been discussing this, and it's so beautiful to see people actually latching onto it.
Can I play this real quick?
Please.
Man?
What is it?
This is a blind guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I shouted him out earlier, but somebody just sent me the clip.
Enough respect, Charlamagne. My name is Kevin, aka Blind Visionary. I'm officially from Kingston, Jamaica, but kind of transplanted here to LA to pursue my dreams. And during that, what's up, brethren? Enough respect. I lost my eyesight, but ironically, the name of your book is Black Privilege, and all I see right now is blackness. And I decided, as opposed to being a victim because I'm blind, I'm going to turn my blindness, which is seeing blackness, into my privilege. So that's my way of making my opportunity out of a very horrible situation by trying to educate people, inspire people, and entertain people, because I think that's a very important combination in terms of the growth of humanity. And you've always spoke your mind and kept it 100. And, you know, listening to you on Brilliant Idiots and Breakfast Club has kept me sane through this very difficult process. So I wanted to say thank you for that.
Hey, man, turn your goddamn trials into triumphs. I don't want to hear this shit. All right.
Hey, anytime you tell people to believe in themselves, it will be met by resistance from those who do not believe.
Fact.
Do not let somebody's insecurity in their ability to achieve stop you from achieving, yo.
Fact, man.
Real
Fact,
talk,
man. Now, listen, I read a great book. Ryan Holiday. You know, Ryan is my guy. I got to get Ryan on the podcast. I had him on the Breakfast Club. But he got a book called Obstacle is the Way, and it's about turning your trials into triumphs, man. And listen, I keep telling y'all, you don't have no fucking choice. Man. Like you don't have no other options. And guess what? But this is the other thing when it comes to this whole concept of privilege. I do feel like those of us who are in privileged positions, whether it's financial, whether it's skin color, whether it's because of, you know, whatever your job is, whatever, we do have to use our privilege to help other people. Like if you're white and you have privilege, use your privilege to combat prejudice. If you're a straight male, use your privilege to combat homophobia, or use your privilege to combat sexism. Like I do feel like we do have to use our various privileges to help those of us who still haven't quite figured it out. You know what I mean? That I do agree with.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm not on some like just pull them up by the bootstraps mentality. I feel like everybody
you can think about both of those.
Exactly. Everybody has to work, and those of us who are in different positions to help others, we got to lift those people up and try to make it easier for them.
Let's do it. Let's lift them up. But I think it's also important not to assume that somebody is privileged just because of the color of their skin or their gender.
Absolutely.
Because you could look at me and say, "Oh my God, Andrew's the most privileged person in the world." And don't get me wrong, I definitely have privileges. I also have family members that are in the hospital right now. I also have, my father's losing his memory. He's probably going to have Alzheimer's soon. You know what I mean? I have my, I don't want to get too deep into all the trials and tribulations.
You have things that your white skin can't change.
My white skin can't do nothing about this shit. You know what I mean? But I have no choice but to persevere. I have no choice but to do whatever I can to take care of these people, and no choice but to deal with these feelings and emotions that a lot of times weigh me the fuck down and get me sad and get me depressed. So everybody has their trials and tribulations. Absolutely. And simply looking at other people and going, all right, you should do this, or you have to do this, or you should help me just because you've got this. You start helping yourself, motherfuckers will want to help
without question. That's why
this guy that wrote the books.
Yeah, JC.
Quavo. I don't know if we're going to put
Quavo Coleman.
I don't know if we're going to put the interview at the beginning or the end, but regardless of this podcast right now, so I don't know if you've heard it already or if it's going to go at the end. Yeah. But regardless, the point is that like this guy did it himself, man. He didn't have anybody. He didn't have any big publisher, any publishers at all in the beginning, and he kept putting it out and he kept hustling, and that's what the fuck you got to do if you want to make it.
Somebody asked me the other day. I said, I cannot tell you the key to success, but I can tell you that the key to failure is absolutely positively not doing anything and not being persistent at whatever it is the fuck you want to do. Like, you got to keep going. Like, this dude, Jacquez, put out 10 books at once.
Son, 6 months, 10 books is crazy.
Something was going to stick, bro. And I love what you said just now about, it's things that your white skin can't change, because one of my favorite song of the year thus far has been Big Sean, Bigger Than Me. And that is my whole thing when I tell people that I feel like black privilege is something spiritual, and I feel like we have access to a divine system. Whether you believe in God or not, it's just something out there that's bigger than all of us that we have to tap into to get through certain situations. Like, I don't know what's going on with your pops, but I know that you ain't calling friends. You're sitting around meditating, thinking about How can you make this better? Thinking positive thoughts. Something. Like, it's something bigger than all of us that can help us motherfucking get through and persevere. And that's what we all have to realize. Black, white, Asian, Jewish, whatever you are, you have to believe there's things out there bigger than you. I wanted to talk to a Jewish person, too, because somebody told me something so ill about Jewish people. And I meant to call one of my Jewish homies and ask him this, because I never thought about it.
Half the podcast thinking right now, why don't you just ask Schultz?
Yeah, exactly. Chris is in here, but I don't want to ask Chris because he don't care about Jewish culture. He cares about Asian culture.
Yeah.
But somebody said to me that Jewish people are in the positions they are in this in America or on this planet because even though they've been through thousands of years of oppression, thousands of years of marginalization, they still think they're better than everybody. Like, is that true? They have a confidence, like they're still, like they're the chosen people. Like,
I'll say this: I don't know if it's that they think they're better than everybody, right? But when you are marginalized, right? What they do have is unity.
Yeah.
And when you are marginalized throughout history, it creates a very insulated community. It's an us versus them mentality. It's David versus Goliath.
I respect it.
And what happened to Goliath, yo? David is a powerful motherfucker.
Absolutely.
when the team is together. When Jews are looking out for Jews, or you even see it like certain Asians, Koreans are looking out for Koreans.
I respect it.
Chinese are looking out for Chinese. When you create that us versus them mentality, which I think there's something beautiful about doing that with black people in America. Difficult because it's a different situation, but not all black people are coming from the same place. Some black people are from Africa, some from Jamaica, some from Canada, some from, you know what I'm saying? All these different places. But I think Jews have that. They have this insulated community that has looked out for each other because they've had to. And in a weird way, I know it's going to sound crazy, but oppression leads to strength.
Absolutely, goddamn. What don't kill you makes you stronger. So if you've been through a motherfucking lot, it will make you a stronger being.
Now,
period.
Of course, some people, these like super social justice warrior types might take that and be like, look, he's making oppression look good and saying, oh, it worked out for you. No, that's not what we're saying. But what we're saying is oppression teaches a man who he is. Yes. You don't know who the fuck you are till you've been through some real ass shit.
Absolutely.
And you could tell who hasn't been through real shit because they're soft.
Yeah.
Black people in America are not soft.
Not at all.
Say what you want about black people. They're not soft.
Well, don't get me wrong. There's a few of us who are looking real pussy in the light nowadays.
Listen,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm some of these people I hear from. I'm like, yo, y'all are so goddamn pussy.
Listen,
like I can't stand it. I'm being honest with you, man.
There's a lot of pussy. There's gonna be a certain amount of people in the world that are pussies.
Yeah.
Right. But when you wake up every single day and you have a thought in your head like, oh shit, man, a policeman could kill me for not doing nothing. There's a certain strength that you get from learning to cope with that mentality.
Well, by the way, this is why I feel like everybody should read Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday, because he talks about, and this is for everybody, black, white, whoever, he talks about mortality. And he talks about death. And he talks about how nobody should be scared of death and you should stare death in the face because knowing that you're going to die one day gives you a sense of urgency. So everything you say, what you say about the police officer, that's how I feel every day of my life. Like you could just wake up, anything could kill you. You might get into a car accident, a random person in the street might kill you, you might crash in an airplane. Who knows? You might fucking have a heart attack. Who knows? All I know is that when you have that certainty of death, which we all have, it should create a sense of motherfucking urgency.
Bro,
period.
Listen, we need it to feel alive. Don't you feel like, why do you think white people go skydiving and fucking camping and shit all the time?
Because y'all crazy as fuck.
No, because we don't have the urgency.
Because y'all can't take over civilizations anymore.
No, it's because life got too good. We're not about to die. We don't wake up going, a cop might kill me. So I got to kind of almost kill me. I got to go camping with some bears.
You know what?
I got to jump out of a plane.
It's something to what the fuck he's saying.
I'm saying, like,
because I don't have no desire to do none of that shit. I be looking at Duval sometimes like, this motherfucker life too good, man. Duval need to get slammed by some police officers.
Listen, Duval out here swimming with sharks.
Exactly.
Because life got too good.
Skydiving and shit. Like, what the fuck you doing?
We need reminders that we go to fucking Six Flags. We need reminders that we could die because being close to death makes us feel alive. I know that sounds crazy, but you got these dudes who are on Wall Street that are addicted to that shit. Even gambling. All these things are addictive because you're this close to losing it all.
Let me tell you something. The best example of that happened. Matter of fact, let's pay this bill, and then I'm going to come back. And I'm going to give y'all the best example of that. Because I felt like I was going to die this week. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought it was a wrap on Sunday. I thought it was over.
Wait, for real?
I'm going to talk to y'all in a minute. Yes.
Did you hear his voice just
No.
He got emotional
I learned a very valuable lesson on Sunday.
Is it don't do Uber X?
Don't do fucking marijuana X or whatever the fuck.
No, you out here smoking
Oh,
weed, bro.
Man, listen. This week's episode of Brilliant Idiots is brought to you by Loot Crate, the subscription box service that offers offers you an incredible range of pop culture items for less than $20 a month. Every month, there's a new theme and an exclusive item you can only get with your Loot Crate. And if you like variety, Loot Crate offers a range of options to fit the fan within you. Loot gaming, loot pets, loot wear, loot anime. There's something available for everyone.
Maze theme is Guardians. Loot Crate is celebrating the brave heroes who take on all challengers, protecting everything from the neighborhood to the whole galaxy. Get hyped for awesome items from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Star Wars, Destiny, and the Goonies. And one lucky subscriber is going to take home a Mega Crate featuring a premium format Groot figurine from Sideshow Collectibles that stands over 22.6 inches tall. That's 3 Charlemagne dicks in the winter.
Shit.
And that's just one of the Mega Crate prizes.
That's right. You got until the 19th at 9 p.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. Eastern to subscribe and receive that month's crate. But when the cutoff happens, it's over. Go to lootcrate.com/idiots and enter code idiots to save $3 on any new subscription today. That's lootcrate.com/idiots and code idiots to save $3 on any new subscriptions today. And please go to brilliantidiotsmerch.com and purchase some Brilliant Idiots merchandise. And go please buy Black Privilege Opportunity.
Also, check me out this weekend in Texas, in Dallas, Texas. I love Dallas, Texas. Shout out to Dallas. They've always supported me. Mansplain tour coming to Hyenas in Dallas, Texas. So I'm going to be there Thursday through Saturday, Hyenas in Dallas. Come check it out. Now tell me what happened.
By the way, that's where the fight's going to be, goddammit.
I don't think it is.
No. You got
insider information? I got
insider confirmation, baby.
Because I just booked the fucking room at the Cosmo.
No, the Triple G Canelo fight. And matter of fact, I'm going to book my room right after this podcast because it don't come out till Thursday, and I'm saying this on Wednesday. The Triple G Canelo fight will be in Dallas, Texas on September 16th. Now, my source is a very, very reliable source.
Is it the same source that I got?
I don't know.
The same girl?
No. She don't know. This is somebody from inside that world. And he said it's a done deal. He was like, I was like, how done? Like, go book my tickets done? He said, yeah, book your tickets. He's like, it'd have to be like something very drastic would have to happen in order to change it. But it's Dallas, Texas, September 16th, Triple G Canelo. Canelo gonna wash Triple G. No. Never met Canelo. He's tweeted me before, but I've met Triple G. Great guy, like him. Gave me tickets to his last fight, but I've been saying for a few years now, Canelo's gonna beat Triple G. God damn it.
Okay, hold on one second. This is because I really
he looks stressed out.
Yeah, I'm very stressed out.
He must got a non-refundable room.
We got a room for $1,000 a night at the fucking Cosmo for the weekend of September 16th.
Well, just keep it anyway, just in case.
No, I'm gonna keep it. Well, we can cancel up to a week before.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna keep it in case. But I don't think that it's gonna be in Dallas. I think that Dallas is the negotiation tool. So I think that Canelo and the Triple G guys, Oscar De La Hoya is going to use the lure of Dallas to raise the price from the casinos in Vegas. They're going to go, hey, Dallas is a great city. They're going to offer us this. And then the casinos are going to go, fine, we'll give you $1 billion. Just bring the fight here. We don't give a fuck. Now, I also think that this fight is not as lucrative as people think. And
that's a great point. And I'm going to tell you why. Because this fight is, you got to be a boxing fan to really appreciate this fight.
No.
Mayweather brought in a lot of casuals.
No, absolutely right about the casuals, and absolutely right about the boxing fan, but here's what it is. The best boxing matches are when you pit country against country, right? When Mayweather was fighting Pacquiao or Mayweather's fighting a Mexican fighter, it's Mexico versus U.S.
Or race against race.
Or race against race is huge, for real. Nobody from Kazakhstan can afford to come to America. Okay? I don't even know if they can get visas to come here. I don't know what the fuck is going on in Kazakhstan.
The only person rooting for Triple G big is Kristaps Porzingis.
That's it. And he ain't even from Kazakhstan.
Oh, okay.
But he's from Lithuania.
Yeah.
But point being, a huge Kazakhstani contingency isn't coming to America. Like when Ricky Hatton fought Mayweather, you had all of America there. You have all England there. You know what I mean? You're going to get, and Triple G's fans are Mexican. They've been doing that whole push on him.
But that's why Triple G keeps saying, expect a Mexican-style fight on September 16th.
But now only the Mexicans are going to come out and the boxing fans, but not the casual boxing fans.
The black people, you need black Twitter tweeting about this goddamn fight, man.
And they don't give a fuck
they
about
don't give
Canelo
a shit. No.
Or Triple G.
That's the truth. That's the truth to the matter. This is a boxing fans fight. You know how I know? Dude on Instagram was going in talking about, man, how much they paying you to talk about this fight like this, bro? He was like, he was like, nobody gives a fear. If you think this is a big fight, you out your mind. Then he started talking to me about fucking McGregor Mayweather.
I mean, because that's a bigger fight.
No.
It's a bigger fight.
It's a bigger fight casually.
For the casual.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that. I'm not even.
Most people know Mayweather and McGregor from Instagram, not from fighting.
Yeah, you know, you're right. Absolutely. And more people would sit around and order that fight on a casual Saturday.
You and I aren't going to be as interested in it as this fight.
I'm not.
We watch boxing. Yeah, that's different.
Absolutely. If I saw the McGregor-Mayweather fight, it'd be at somebody's house.
Yeah.
Or I'm really doing nothing at the crib, and I'm like, order the fucking fight.
Yeah, put it on.
Nah, you're right. I
might go to Vegas just for the hoopla of it and just to see MMA fans' faces when Mayweather watches them.
Yeah.
But, again, a fight fan, and there's some people you need to understand, like, you and I go to fights. We're not just pay-per-view fans. We're like live fans.
Yeah.
This is for a fight fan. Like, you want to be there when Triple G and Canelo go at it, man.
I thought the promo was whack as fuck.
I didn't even see it.
Oh, it was so trash.
Really bad? How bad?
Because they started off and the guy was like, so Canelo, I think it was Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman was like, Canelo, everybody wants to know who's next in the fall. And then, he tries to pronounce it as best as he can. He's like, Golovkin!
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 Gennady Golovkin!
And then it was like it went dark. And then on the screen it showed Triple G knocking people out. And I'm like, what is this WWE shit? And then Triple G comes out. And I really didn't know I still wasn't expecting him to announce the fight. And they announced the fight for September 16th.
Did Triple G say anything? Super polite. You know how he's always nice and shit?
I'm going to be honest with you.
Hi, Canelo.
Whenever Triple G and Canelo talk, I don't pay attention. Because I can't understand them anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. All I needed to see was Gennady Golovkin, Canelo Alvarez, September 16th. I got in the group text immediately like, Schultz, we out. I don't give a fuck where it's going to be, but we're there. And it's going to be in Dallas, Texas.
All right. My money's still on Vegas.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised. Dallas, I wouldn't be surprised, but my money's still in Vegas. It definitely ain't going to be in New York.
No, absolutely not. Nobody got time for that shit. And September to be cold.
Yeah, forget it. It's not going to happen. Now tell me what the fuck happened when you almost died.
Oh, man. So, all right, when I was in LA on 420. Okay. And it was my book day at the Grove.
Hold on, this is a few weeks ago.
No, this was Sunday. I'm just going back to where my mind was at. Okay. So on 420, I'm like, oh shit, LA 420, smoke a little weed. Yeah, I'm gonna do what the locals do. Yeah. But for whatever reason, I didn't get around to it. I'm like, I don't feel like smoking again. But when I got there this weekend, we got in on a Sunday. I didn't have shit to do till Monday. So we went to brunch on Sunday, and we had a few drinks.
That's how you know you're busy, when you say, I'm here on a Sunday, I ain't got shit to do till Monday. It's just 10 hours away.
I really didn't have shit to do, though. I didn't have nothing to do.
That's not shit to do.
Like on Monday in LA, I did did the Breakfast Club. I got up at 2 a.m. I do the Breakfast Club. Then I did Big Boy Show. Then I did KTLA. I did Adam Carolla Show. So Sunday I had nothing to do, literally. So we went to brunch. We had a few drinks, and then we got back to the room, and it's early as fuck. And I know Wax is always getting weed. I'm like, yo, Wax, man, roll me a joint. Yeah. I'm like, I don't even know why. I'm just like, fucking roll a joint for me, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. He rolled the joint. So I'm in the room. I'm sitting on the back terrace of the hotel, and I'm smoking. I'm cool. I'm like, all right, I don't even know why. I still don't know why I want to smoke weed. So I'm smoking, and I don't even smoke the whole thing. I'm like, I'm putting this shit out. Bro, when I tell you I've never been this high in my motherfucking life, I could not control my body. It was like my nervous system had a mind of its own. Like, I could not stop milli rocking. And I wasn't even fucking trying to milli rock. Like, I was like, and I'm looking at my wife like, yo, what the fuck is happening to me, right? And then I have slight anxiety. Yeah. Right? But my mind, I feel, is strong enough to dismiss my anxiety. Yeah. But I was laying in this bed, constantly milli rocking, and thinking the craziest shit. I started thinking, first of all, I was like, I'm gonna have a heart attack in LA and die. And then for whatever reason, I started thinking about what everybody would say. They'd be like, oh, this stupid motherfucker, he just got a New York Times bestseller. I was like, for whatever reason, I kept seeing Neil Brennan in my head saying, heart attack in LA. You just start get popping and you have a fucking heart attack in LA. That is on a drug overdose. Like, that is so fucking common. Like, I don't know why. Like, I kept thinking the dumbest shit. And then when I would fall asleep, I literally saw black hands reaching for me in my sleep. And I would jump up like, no, I'm not coming with y'all motherfuckers. And my wife was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then I'm telling my wife, like, I'm not going to the hospital. And she was like, what are you talking about? So I don't even know if, to be honest with you, I don't even know if this really happened. Like, I had to ask her the next day. I was like, do you realize how bugged out I was last night? And she was like, yeah, I was watching you. I was like, you weren't fucking concerned? At no point, like, it was one point I stood up like this, like, all right, hold on. Hold the fuck on. Get it together, yo. You are just high as shit. Like, you're high right now. And I said, I'm gonna be honest. When I woke up the next day, I thought to myself, like, I'm not pro weed anymore. I'm not pro weed. Fuck weed. Weed should not be legal. I am so conservative on that shit right now. When I'm in the weed, this shit that they got out here in these motherfucking streets should not be legal.
That's
bro.
my problem with it being legal. Is it becomes too strong.
No.
When it's illegal, you got the whack weed. When it's legal, they actually can let the scientists get in there and make the shit stronger than it needs to be.
Yeah.
We need to go back to just from the earth, no pesticides, nothing. You could grow it in your backyard. That's it.
I smoke weed when I go to Anguilla.
Because it's dirt.
And it's cool. It's regular shit.
This new shit?
No way. I've smoked weed in Jamaica, straight off the bush.
Exactly.
That shit they got in L.A. Shit, and I smoked a little piece of joint like this. I'm like, why do you want to feel like this? So I'm telling Wax the next day. I didn't tell Wax how bugged out I was, but I was like, what was that shit, man? And he was like, it was some sativa. Sativa.
That's the other thing. You got to go.
Indica?
So
what the fuck is indica?
Sativa makes it go up. Sativa is an upper, it like makes you excited, and indica is the downer. I only fuck with indica because sativa makes me crazy.
I need indica then.
Indica is what's up.
And then Wax was like, nah, you know it's good for you, man. It makes you want to work out and shit. So I'm like, this is why you so fucking big. Because you be high as fuck, and when you see Wax in the gym at 2 in the morning, he's high.
Yep, exactly.
Like, I don't got time for that shit. That shit made my anxiety so fucking bad.
But they got shit now down to a science, and this is why I started fucking with weed when I was in LA. Because I told him, I walked in, I was like, yo, give me the weakest shit. And he's like, haha. I'm like, nah, I'm not joking, bro. Give me the weakest weed you fucking got in here, and don't give me anything that's an upper. I want everything to make me go to sleep, just calm me down. And he hooked me up with an indica, and it is chill.
I'm gonna try me some of that goddamn.
You gotta try the indica. Do never touch sativa because if you got a little anxiety, it's just gonna heighten it.
Bro, you don't understand.
Yo, so when you're bent over like this, going, pull it together, shit.
Bro, listen, I was laying in the bed at one point, and my heart started beating so fast, and all I kept thinking was, it's about to explode. Fuck it. I'm like, fuck it. I'm done, man. I'm like, since nobody cares, I'm like, my wife is sitting there looking at me. She must want me to die. She knows what's in the bank account. Like, I'm like, fuck it. Like my heart was, I get weird.
Before you could die.
And right when I thought it was about to bust, it was just like, and I was praying. I was like, God, please don't let me die. I do not want to have a heart attack in LA, man. This is not how I want to go out. I promise I'll never touch weed again. I just wanted to see. Like, that shit was ridiculous, bro. And I ain't about it. And my wife thought that shit was funny. I was like, listen, put it like this. I said to her, did you see how crazy I was acting last night? And this is all she does. She goes, because that's what I was doing. Like, you know, the hotel got mirrors all around, right? It was one point I looked up, and I was like this on the bed.
No. Why don't you go to the hospital, bro? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I couldn't go to the hospital.
Why?
Oh, this is the funny shit, too. My wife goes, are you about to start running around butt naked?
Wait,
so when she said that to me, I thought about Martin. Remember he said he was running up butt naked? So I stood up and I was like, oh, fuck that. I put all my clothes on just in case.
You started running around?
Just in case I decided to make a mad dash for the door and run around the hotel. I slept fully clothed just to make fucking sure this shit didn't happen, man. So I'm going to try indica. Right? And if this indica does some bullshit to me,
that's on me, dog.
Fuck weed.
That's on me.
Don't ask me to be a proponent for marijuana. Fuck making that shit legal. Fuck these dispensaries. Fuck all of y'all in that weed shit, okay?
Yeah, they gotta stop making it too strong. There should be a limit to the strength.
Yes, absolutely.
Like they got a limit to the strength of alcohol, don't they? Can't you not be over a certain strength?
Absolutely.
Like, I think 151 that is the most proof you could be. Yeah.
And that's what they should do with weed, goddammit.
They gotta top that shit off, dog. Sorry.
Listen, before we wrap this up, where's Chris at? Can we call Chris Monroe in here?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to save this until next week because this is fresh on my mind.
Why?
Right
what
now.
happened?
We need to demand more from Loudspeaker. I texted you this yesterday.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I did Adam Carolla's motherfucking podcast. Adam Carolla has a full-fledged enterprise. I'm talking about he has a gated studio.
Yes.
The gate slides in. You go in. You walk in. This motherfucker got a big-ass studio with Adam Carolla signage all around it.
Yes.
Dr. Drew has his own studio in the building. This motherfucker does his podcast every day. He live streams it. He's making millions of dollars off of this shit. I am demanding more from Loudspeaker. I'm tired of doing the fucking podcast on the iPhone. I'm tired of Chris being motherfucking cheap, all right, and using the iHeartMedia studios to record the podcast.
Well, we did this for convenience for you.
Okay, true indeed.
You have a very busy schedule, and we don't want to not do the podcast, so we were doing it here because we were doing a different studio. But I agree with you. I think the next step, and I've been talking to Chris about this as well, I think the next step is getting our own loudspeaker studio and really start branding out the studios for each podcast that's in it. Right now, something that we're doing is, and some of you have caught on to this, but we're putting out the whole video of the podcast on YouTube.
Chris,
it's
get on
my
the mic,
YouTube
Chris.
channel, youtube.com/the_Andrew_Schulz, and you can watch the whole video of the podcast. Chris Moreau is with us right now.
Loudspeaker Town Hall.
Yeah.
When you gonna stop? When you gonna start treating this like a real business, man?
Okay, what's the matter?
The matter is, I did the Adam Carolla show, and I saw how life is on the other side. All right? Okay? The life on the other side is very plush. That podcast one shit that you'll probably edit out because you don't want to promote them on the loudspeaker. Every studio I go, I've been to 2 Podcast One shows. I did Roxy Diaz show, The Little Black Dress, her and Nina Parker. I did Adam Carolla. They have full-fledged, beautiful studios. So when is Loudspeaker going to step it up?
In this neighborhood, after you're done Breakfast Club, you'll go over there.
Absolutely.
Even if it's an extra 25 minutes.
Yes. Even if you got a nice lobby in a green room like Adam Carolla, they offered us nice water. Okay. They had snacks. Okay, this
Chris,
shit.
we want snacks, dog.
Listen,
let me tell you something.
Quavo
Chris walked in this room with a sippy cup full of water for Quavo. Jaquavis wrote 6 books in 10 months or whatever the fuck that was.
Adam Carolla said to me that, and he said it on the podcast. Mm-hmm. He said that when you look like something, people want to spend money with you. He was like, I had to take this podcast shit serious and make it a real business, and that's why they make money on a daily. They do their podcast daily.
First of all, I would love to do that. Second of all, I got so much respect for Adam Carolla because the industry said fuck you to him. Hollywood said we're done with you, and he said, all right, bet. And started his own industry.
And killing.
He did the fucking Jaquavis model, bro. He did the black privilege model. Like, literally, the industry were like, we're done with you, Adam. He started his own podcast. He's got several podcasts. He's
several New York Times best-selling books.
He put out comedy specials. The dude goes on tour. He hustles and did it without the quote-unquote industry.
I fuck with Adam Carolla, B.
Listen, I have an announcement.
You have Lyme disease. We get it.
Somebody yesterday left the stupidest comment on social media. They said, I had a dream that Chris Moreau died of Lyme disease and you and Andrew didn't care. I was like, what? I was like, that is random as fuck.
Son, yo, Chris and I went at it last night, bro.
Is that my dream?
Yo, so talk to us, Chris.
How are we going to do it? New York City.
Yeah.
I am actively looking for a space. And
goddammit.
This is the space I'm looking for.
Talk to us.
We need a room that we can have access to 24/7. Not just for audio. We can set up the audio ourselves. Dwayne can get all the audio equipment, but what we want is the video capability.
Adam Carolla has cameras. Yes. You know how the Breakfast Club has cameras all throughout the studio? Right. Adam Carolla has cameras all around the studio. They do live streams of the podcast.
That's what we're doing now. Make sure you check it out.
I've always felt that maybe a photography gallery is a good place. Somewhere where there's a raw space that we can basically turn into a set. That's what we're looking for. If you have that space, we are prepared to break some eggs to make an omelet. We're not asking for a handout. We'll pay. We'll rent. All that. Manhattan. Best neighborhood would be Soho, downtown, Tribeca, Wall Street area.
Yep.
We could go as far north as Midtown, but I would prefer downtown. And hit me up.
Let's start small. Let's do the Loudspeaker Network studio. Yeah. I feel like we need at least 2 studios in it.
Yeah, 2 rooms and a green room.
And I feel like the Reed needs their own studio.
Yep.
I feel like Brilliant Idiots needs their own studio. Yep. Combat Jack can share with other people.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Honestly, what I'd like to have, and maybe we're telling people what goes into the.
That's all right. We've always been very
goes into the
sausage,
but I like telling people what the fuck we do. What I want to do is have studios be interchangeable. Motherfucking Sports Center. Every Sports Center got the same studio, but they interchange the set. And I would like to. I mean, this is long-term goals. I'll throw it right out here right now. Right now, we're live streaming and editing live the podcast, right? Shout out to Michael Buna's doing it right now. And when Greg comes back with us, he's going to do it. So what I wanted, so we put the whole podcast out on my YouTube channel. What I want to do is have that capability for every podcast that's on Loudspeakers Network.
Absolutely.
And turn this from just podcasting to a television network.
Bro, if we get a fucking studio, I might do daily.
Real talk. I'm with it, yo.
Word up.
Yo, so check it, right? So check it. We get our studio, we put it out, right? Something we entirely control. And then we put a stream of it on YouTube. And then what we do is create our own app, and anybody with Apple TV, anybody with Roku, anybody with a smart TV could download the Loudspeakers app, and they have 20 podcasts or whatever the audio, video of 20 podcasts they could watch on their TV per week. And that's something we could fucking offer you. That's something we're going to do. That is the goal. I'm saying it right now on the podcast.
Yes.
Chris, you get together with the studio. I'm working out the technology of this shit. Charlamagne, keep being the most famous person.
Because I'm not going to let Adam Carolla and them have all the fun. Because when I'm old and ornery and want to just be a straight curmudgeon, all right?
You want that podcast.
I want that podcast, all right? I want the fucking podcast. I'm serious. I love the independence of it.
Bro.
This motherfucker is making millions of dollars,
son, it's
hand over fist.
And don't got to talk to anybody he don't want to.
Nobody,
That's
goddammit.
the beautiful fucking thing.
I love it. That was the most professional podcast I've ever been a part of when I did the Adam Carolla show. I'm not even going to lie to you.
So we're going to do it with Loudspeakers, Chris.
I'm with it. I've always
been
with it.
It's time to take it to another level, Chris.
Chris, so what you going to do this week?
Go see a doctor. I got 2 appointments tomorrow.
Jesus Christ,
just
man.
please buy the studio before you die. Before you call it quits.
Yeah.
I'll leave the studio to my kids.
What you need to do is start smoking sativa.
I'm on indica right now.
You fuck with the indica? It works for you?
I should give you
It helped me sleep. It helped me sleep the last 2 nights.
Now listen, I did sativa this week, and that shit was horrible. It was a terrible experience. To the point I hate weed right now.
Too fucking hyper.
My anxiety's too bad for that shit.
I was paranoid the whole time.
Me too. Me goddamn too.
Real talk, they brought me back a whole bag of gummy bear sativa edibles. I gave that shit to Crystal and Fury because I was like, I took half of one. I almost had a nervous breakdown. I was in my bed in the fetal position, man.
Nope.
Now, indica's all right.
Indica's the wave, man. Indica's great. We gotta do Indica high. We gotta do episode.
My wife might
Indica.
be a goddamn sociopath more than me because she was on that shit
and unaffected.
Unaffected.
Yeah, but your wife an athlete, dude. She's kind of superhuman. You know what I mean? The body isn't as affected.
No,
you guys smoked it or you ate it?
I smoked it.
I got some in my bag. I'll give it to you right now.
I don't want that shit.
I don't want the shit.
Fuck sativa. That shit definitely need to be banned. When we start talking about legalizing weed, it better be indica or all that other shit.
So Jeff Sessions has a point, is what you're trying to say.
Jeff Sessions has an amazing... No, fuck that. I'm so conservative on this one. Get rid of that goddamn sativa shit. And Jeff Sessions probably smoked some sativa and had a bad trip like I did and was like, fuck this shit.
No, but
maybe that's why he hates black people, because he saw the black hands trying to bring him down.
Bro, I saw black hands, bro. It was like hands reaching for me. I literally jumped out the bed and was like, no! No!
Hey,
I'm not coming with y'all.
Jeff Sessions.
Fuck that.
No, I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I thought I heard crickets. I was on the 4th floor of somebody's house, and I was convinced I could hear like crickets and ants in the grass.
I promise to God on my life. I told my wife, I was just laying there. I go, I hear everything.
Everything.
and she was like, what do you mean? I said, I hear everything.
No, I'm telling you, I heard ants 4 stories up.
It was just mad different sounds. I don't know what I could hear. I could hear my heart beating. I could hear people walking down the hall. I could hear shit outside. Like I could hear everything, bro. I heard dripping coming from another room.
Yep.
I don't want that. My senses are already too heightened. I got anxiety. I couldn't reel my brain in.
No.
I don't like that feeling, bro.
It's out of your control.
I don't like that feeling, bro. Yeah. I'm the type of person I can always reel my mental in and tell me everything was gonna be all right. Yeah. It was a point when my heart started beating so crazy that I was like, fuck it, man. Fuck it. I'm just gonna die right now.
From weed. Imagine Charlamagne died from smoking weed.
I've never been as depressed as after I fucking ate that sativa edible. Like, all I saw was the bad stuff in the world.
I wanted to get up to send out a final tweet, but I was scared. I was scared to leave the goddamn bed. I was frightened to leave the motherfucking bed. When I finally did get the courage to leave the bed, I turned off all the lights. Yep. I'm like, it gotta be darkness. Darkness might help me in this situation. But that shit.
And the crazy shit is half of LA is walking around eating 5 of those a day right now.
I ain't got time for that shit.
That's what I can't understand.
And when I woke up in the morning to do the radio show, it had kind of wore off until I got in the studio and the mic went on. And I literally felt like the first time I ever had cracked the microphone, I was like, I was scared. I was like, what do I say? I was like, what do I say at this fucking moment? Like, where do I go with this? Like, I was shook to death. I was so shook that I couldn't even talk about it Monday. I'm the type of person, like, whatever. I didn't want to talk about it. I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. I talked about it with my wife when I got back to the room. I'm like, do you realize how fucking high I was? Today is Wednesday, and I'm just getting to the point where I can talk about what happened Sunday.
Bro.
Fuck that sativa shit, man. Fuck it. Fuck it.
I gotta listen to these interviews with you all fucked up emotionally. That's gonna be my favorite part. Did you think it came through at all? You think it showed?
It might have on Monday. Yeah, it might have. I
thought you said something funny on the Big Boy interview, and he said something about the typo in the book when you were talking about eating pussy, and you were like, it wasn't a typo. That's
I was way wore off by then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because you got to think, I got high around like 9 o'clock. It probably I had to wake up 2 o'clock LA time to get to the radio show. By the time I did Big Boy, it was fucking 6:30 in the morning.
Okay. So
so I was good. Yeah. Planned Parenthood.
Hey man, I feel very strongly about this sponsor.
Well, that's good.
You know, because I've been a strong supporter of this for a while now.
Well, they're inviting you to join their I Defy campaign to send a message that we will defy hate and discrimination in all its forms and norms. Reproductive rights to human rights, right? The fight isn't over. Extremists still want to shut health centers and cut millions of young people from their health care and birth control access, but keep fighting, people.
Pledging to defy means committing to stay loud. Stay strong and defend what you love. Defy the efforts to defund Planned Parenthood by texting BRILLIANT to 22422. Get loud, stay loud, defy today. Text BRILLIANT to 22422 to join the fight and stand with Planned Parenthood. I'm going to do it right now.
That's right. 22422.
What is it? It's 22422.
To join the fight and stand with Planned Parenthood.
And you send a dick pic to 22422. No, brilliant. I just did it. So I really think that we should all support Planned Parenthood.
So we have a guest in the building.
Yes, we do.
My man, Jaquavis. Y'all know I can't pronounce shit.
I know. Wait, what's your last name, man?
Coleman.
Jaquavis Coleman.
My man, JC.
Okay, JC's in the building. Jaquavis Coleman and his wife, Ashley, have started a book empire. We have another author here. Okay. How many books have you guys put out?
It'll be 48 at the end of the year.
48 at the end of the year. I don't even know how exactly to get into this. I have a lot of questions that I want to ask you, but describe the type of literature that you guys are putting out.
Well, we from Flint, Michigan, right? So we write about things we went through, things we saw, things
like some water?
went through. Man, chill out, dog. What the fuck?
I just feel like that's the thing to do when you meet. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. When you meet somebody from Flint, you're the second person I met from Flint this week.
Hand him that Fiji.
Listen,
bro.
I met a young lady on the plane.
I
met a young lady on the plane. She had never been to New York. She's from Flint, and she was like, "Look, I came here. I read your book, and I feel like I need to be exploring other things. So I came to New York, and I'm like, do you want some water before you go any further? Like seriously?
No, that's what's up. Yeah,
it's fucked up, but you know that's home, and it's gonna take a minute, but we're gonna get through it.
Absolutely,
we're gonna get through it.
Okay, so you guys write this book. Now, I don't want to label the books, but the labeling from the articles I've read about you, my little research, they call it street lit.
Yeah, you could call it that.
And essentially, what is that? It's
fiction with the urban setting.
With an urban setting, but some hood tales, basically. A lot of gangster stories, drug stories, gang stories.
Me and my wife different. We talk that shit, but we kind of model our joints off of Shakespeare. Our writing is like very Shakespearean.
Right.
So we mix that and we just put that in an urban setting. I think that was one of the reasons why we became so successful, is because we're creating these twisted plots, thrillers, but we're just putting it in a setting that people are familiar with.
By the way, that is the hood, though. The hood has a lot of Shakespearean elements to it, without question.
Sure. I mean, he's just a great storyteller. You can apply great storytelling to anything. I mean, okay, so you meeting your wife is a pretty incredible story.
Yeah.
Can you just explain that story to us?
Yeah, I could talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up selling dope. That's all I did, man.
Right.
And it was this time.
From how old? You said 12 or something like that?
Yeah, I was like, first time I sold some dope. First time I sold some dope was to my mama. I was like 10.
Jesus Christ, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, better to get it at home.
Nah, yeah.
No,
you don't want to know. Well, you don't know what it's cut with on the street.
Listen, man,
you let your mom go get street dope.
Listen, I have an extreme conflict with this. Selling dope is wrong all across the board.
Yes.
But to your mom?
But you're going to give her a good deal. You're going to make sure you are going to give her the best deal. You're not going to cut it with the fucked up shit, right? You probably gave her that raw.
Nah, listen, look, dig this, right? I'm going to put some context to it
Please.
if y'all don't mind.
Yeah.
Well, my mom, she been smoking for as long as I can remember, right? So on the first of the month, she couldn't go outside because she owed all the niggas money. So around the first of the month, it was like we was a prisoner. Like we were prisoners in our house because mom couldn't go outside because she knew like she owed 5 of the little niggas. So she was like, yo, Quavo, that's what they called me. Quavo, come here.
Oh, you was Quavo before Quavo?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Okay. The first one, right?
El Primer Migo.
My nigga. I called him my nigga. I like these shits.
So that Spanish right there,
Yeah, man.
Mina?
Turned it on.
So you appreciate that shit.
Yeah. But she grabbed me and she said, yo, I'm going to put something in your hand. I need you to go and talk to nephew. He going to put something in your hand. Now, when you close your hand, do not open it up. I'm going to whoop your ass. Bring it back to me. Yeah. So I did it, right? So I'm going to nephew crib, back and forth. So one day, nephew was like, yo, Quavo, man, you know what you be doing, man? I said, what? He said, man, you selling dope. He said, look, come here, sit down. Now, back in the day, we called it a hoop seed. I don't know what y'all call it. Y'all call it 3.5, probably like an 8-ball or something, right?
Where I'm from, we call it a quarter spoon. What was it, 7 grams or was it more than?
No, I'm talking about 3.5. I'm talking about a little hoop seed.
Okay. So well, 3.5 grams?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah. So hard, already cooked up.
Where I'm from, we don't have a name for it.
Okay, well, we learned it.
Well, yeah, it depends. We call it $100 slab. So basically,
all right, slabs. Yeah, cut slabs.
Gotcha.
All right, yeah, slabs. So he broke it up for me, and he said, listen, every time your mama wants something, instead of you coming in and out of my house, you know, walk around the corner and you give it to her. You take half, you give me half when you're done. So I did that. So my mom's want something, I go in the shoebox. I walk around the corner like I'm going to see nephew, I bring it back.
So she didn't know you was selling it to her?
Nah. See, I'm so naive at the point. That's why I hate selling dope.
Yeah.
That shit bothers me, right? Because I was poisoning my own mother and didn't really understand the detriment I was doing. I was just destroying my black queen. I ain't know. So
that's why influencers are very important, kids.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you.
No, you're not finished. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
No. I mean, that's.
Well, I want to get to the story where you meet your wife. So, 16 years old, you're selling dope, and it's going very well.
Yeah.
Right now, you've been very successful at selling dope.
Yeah,
like selling dope to people
more
you
customers.
Nah, chill. No.
You got some aunties in there.
Yeah,
you got the whole family.
The whole family.
Busy's booming.
You're the most popular guy at the family reunion. All right.
Invite Quavo.
So, like, listen, I don't want to put it off like I was this big drug kingpin, but that's all I knew. That's all I did. Everybody knew me for that. So at 16, I was doing pretty well to be that young.
What's the most you made at one point?
I don't really like talking numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they spoke numbers in the article, and it said you had $100,000 stacked.
Whoa.
Nah, see, they just
Man,
it's
they
hearsay.
lie
They ain't lie. They just interviewed a lot of people.
That's a lot of money for 16-year-old in Flint, Michigan.
Yeah, I touched
buy water for the whole project. Fresh water for everybody.
That's why the water sucks.
Yeah, but yeah, I touched 100 at 16, easy.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Now, where do you keep money like that? Do you have like a Wells Fargo?
No, man.
Little Bank of America. You could at least bank black. With the crack money. Jesus Christ. You didn't go to One United?
No, man, old school, man. You know, shoebox Lucky Charms box of your grandma's house, you know.
You ever got robbed?
Never.
Really?
Never.
Did you ever go to jail?
I went to juvie. No jail.
For crack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so 16. You're
16.
going to do this drug deal.
Yeah. So
right?
listen, I had a white boy, right? He was buying zips from me, which is ounces. And I was loving him because I was taxing him. I was putting a tax on it.
So you were giving him a white tax.
Yeah, absolutely. You know how I go.
Ain't no white privilege in the crack game. I'm with you, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, listen.
Full price.
Yo, y'all the best customers, right? So,
Here we go.
Yeah, I love
You're
y'all.
welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. But you know, see, back then I was so blinded by the money, I didn't understand it was the overplay for the underplay. Like he was telling me he was sniffing it, but there's no way you can go through an ounce like that. Boom, hit me again. Yo, Quavo, I need 2. Boom, Quavo, I need a quarter brick, all soft. So now looking back in hindsight, he was just setting me up trying to see how much I had.
Oh, he was the Fed or something?
Absolutely, he wasn't the Feds, but he was the narc.
Gotcha.
So boom, he said I need a quarter, which is 9, right? So pulled up where we always met. And I got out my car, about to hop in this car. We could swap it out. I'm out. When I got on my car, I heard a little chirp. You know the chirp when the police, you know the little walkie-talkie.
Yeah, and this was before any type of digital device or iPhones and that shit. Yeah.
We went off no.
You heard that?
Yeah, I heard the little. So instantly, I just turned on the heels of my Spurs. I was, let me go back to the car. Boom. got in the car. As soon as I pulled out the parking lot, 2 black cars jumped out. Boom. So I took off. I'm on Clio Road, Flint, Michigan.
Running.
How old are you at the time?
I'm 16.
Okay.
No, I'm on running. No, I was in my car.
You're in your car,
I had an
okay.
old school 84.
Sure.
I had I had a Cuddy. Yeah, I had a Cuddy, right? So boom, taking off. I saw too many police chases on TV that went wrong. I'm like, yo, I'm not finna get in a high-speed chase with the cops. So I pulled into a church parking lot. Now I hopped the gate. Now, when you hop the gate, you're on a whole nother street. So for them to catch up with me, they'll have to drive around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so boom. So
You got the dope with you.
it's on me.
Why a church parking lot?
I mean, I ain't make a decision like I'm going to park in the church.
got you.
It just,
Charlamagne, because Jesus saves.
Yeah, hey, God blessing all the trap niggas.
yeah, absolutely. So I jumped out. I threw my package in the bush behind his house, and I ran onto the street. They tackled me, put me on the curb, handcuffed me. Now, at that point, man, the detective, he came out and said, yo, I saw him throw something in the bush. Go and shake it down. No, man, my fucking heart dropped. I'm like, damn, man, I'm finna go to jail. My man went and checked the bush. There was nothing there. The detective said, yo, I saw him. So you stay right here. I'm going to check. He went to check it. Nothing there.
Was it Jesus?
That's what I thought. I said, yo, all these years I was praying, it finally came. He came, right? So I'm like, man, what the fuck? I knew I threw it right there. I'm looking straight at it. So they questioned me. They had to let me go, right? So later that night, I got a call. I'm going to leave this young lady name out. She's still out here. And she said, yo, I got a friend I want to talk to you. Her name Ashley. Put her on the phone. She said, yo, listen, I saw what you did. You was in the back of my house. I got that for you, right? I said, all right. Hung
Y'all
up.
shouldn't have been having that convo on the phone, but
No, just back in the day, man. You know. So I went and picked it up from her. She dropped it all in my lap. Nothing missing. And you got to understand where I'm from. Like, loyalty is like something that you earn.
Right.
But the first day I met this girl, she showed me loyalty.
So basically, she had the
Yeah,
drugs.
she picked it. It was
a quarter brick, you said, right?
Yeah, it was 9.
Jesus.
So yeah, she picked it up for me. She
Picked
put
it up out of the
back.
bush,
Yeah,
carried it, and then called you, gave it back to you.
Yeah.
So she was trying to get some dick.
basically. But
She put her life on the line. For some dick,
listen.
bro.
I wouldn't expect the hood love story to start any other way.
No, all jokes aside, she showed me loyalty, and I was from a place where it's very hard to get that, and she showed me that from Jump Street.
That's one way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Or she bought some penis. She did. How much is a quarter brick worth?
Or she
Let's
wanted
keep
to
it
be
real.
in the drug game and didn't know what to do with these 9 bricks. So
She's
no need
like,
for
I
you to
need
cut
some
off
help.
the plug.
It was
bag
9
this up.
ounces. It was 9 ounces.
9 ounces.
So 9 ounces. That's how much it goes for.
That's a quarter.
That's a quarter.
Yeah, that's a quarter.
So you went from
36.
slabs to 9 ounces?
No. Y'all
just
call
got
it
it
slabs. Y'all
Okay.
call it slabs. I touched that too.
All right.
But I'm talking about doing this for 9 ounces.
Got you.
Point is, this is how he met his wife,
Yeah.
and now they're
Oh,
together.
Ashley is the wife.
Ashley's
Yeah,
the wife.
Ashley's my
Oh,
wife.
okay.
They're
Yeah,
together. How long you guys been together?
16 years.
16 years.
Now hold on. Why didn't you not say the other girl name but said your wife's name? Is the statute of limitations up on this?
I don't know if she want her business out like that. That's my
gotcha.
friend. Yeah. That's my friend. So.
Wow.
So crazy. You're still with Ashley to
Absolutely.
this day, and you guys
Every
write
day.
these books together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you start writing these books, and you started writing these books off a challenge, right?
Yeah.
So what happened? It was your wife was getting an abortion.
Nah.
What?
We won't get. No, listen. Come on, listen. No. We're gonna tell
I
it right.
read the article. It's in the article.
Nah.
You got to talk to these guys that are writing these articles,
Nah.
man. A lot of fake news out there, or what?
No, it's all true. It's all true. So we was like 17. She got pregnant. We was happy. You know, like for a normal 17-year-old, you get a girl pregnant, you fucking scared. But me and her, we didn't have nothing but each other. So it was like a product of our love. Like we having a little man, a little girl. So we went to Walmart at 3 o'clock in the morning. We buying unisex shit, buying Pampers. We just happy, man. We ain't have a lot, but we was happy, right? So we in this little apartment, we stacking up all the unisex baby shit. And she
You
had
still
a-
selling crack at the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting it in.
I appreciate that you respected the gender fluidity of your potential child.
It was just a smart thing to do,
You're
right?
not going to put labels on your kid. I respect
Yeah.
that, man. It's very progressive.
Yeah, funny. But she woke up in the middle of the night, blood was everywhere. She had an ectopic pregnancy, right?
What does that mean?
That mean the baby is stuck in the fallopian
Fallopian
tube,
tube, yeah.
the fetus.
Hey.
So we had to rush her to the hospital. She had surgery. Now the doctor said she got to be bedbound for like 4 to 6 weeks to heal up. Now my wife is strong. I have a strong black woman. I dream about that woman in colors that don't exist. She's a strong woman. And
hold on, I got to remember that one. You dream about your woman in colors that don't exist.
Absolutely.
Let me write that down. I get the
That's a good one. If you cheat,
baby, I love
up,
you. I dream about you in colors that don't exist.
Yeah. So I'm sorry I fucked that Dominican girl.
Yeah. Trust me, she was in black and white.
Yeah.
All right.
This wasn't even in HD.
No, she's just different, man, and I appreciate it. And you know, she was bedridden, crying. So we both had a mutual love for reading. So I said, yo, how can I get her mind off of this? I said, yo, I bet you $100 I could write a better book than you. Now, at that moment, like, my wife is like, she a shark, so she like, nigga, no, you can't. All right, so boom, she started to write a book. I started to write a book. Now, through that process, she kind of stopped crying. But through that process, I started creating, and she started creating. We switched books to see who won. It was the best shit I ever read. She said it's the best shit she ever read. And that sparked a conversation that changed our life. Because we started creating this book. We stayed in the house 2 to 3 weeks, didn't go out. We ordered in and just wrote. And you know what? She forgot she was going through the ectopic pregnancy.
So neither one of y'all had a passion for writing before. Was this something that y'all discovered together?
No.
But both of you had a passion for reading.
No, bro, both of us. I'm going to tell you the crazy shit. It was like we was walking parallel lives and we didn't meet each other. Because I was bad as hell. I used to get kicked out like every other day, right? And it was this English teacher. She went to the principal. And she said, yo, I know a situation. Stop kicking that little boy out. Let him sit in my class. Even though she was the older grade, she said, let him serve his suspension in my class. And she used to just put me in the corner and just make me read Shakespeare, Robert Frost, Maya Angelou. And she said, yo, write a story about it. Now, at that time, I just thought it was punishment. And people used to laugh because they'd be like, oh, nigga, Quavo hooked on phonics. Because she used to have me do hooked on phonics. You know, that's the joke back in the day. Right. Nigga, you hooked on phonics. But she was creating something that would later become my career.
Influences are very important, man.
That teacher, she just passed.
What's her name?
Mildred Robinson.
Rest in peace to her. She did a great job.
My life. And my wife, she just was an avid reader. She always read, just naturally. And when we came together, that was like our mutual, that's the thing we kind of bonded with. Like, yo, you read this? You read this? We was reading shit like Pelican Briefing. I'm like, yo, I read that shit when I was 10. She's like, nigga, me too. So we connected on that level. So when we got to writing the story from bed, we both were just seasoned and ready to go. We wrote the book, Dirty Money. She sent it off. She healed up, sent it off to about 5 different publishers. We went off to college.
Oh, so you ended up going to college?
Yeah, I went to college.
Oh, now you're skipping a lot. Now, I love this story.
No, I ain't. So
how you went from crack to college?
No, so listen, we still was in school. We was living together at 17 years old. I was emancipated. I wrote a letter to the judge. I said, yo, I know I'm only 17, but I'm fully capable of taking care of myself. Here go $3,000 I have in the bank, which I had more, but I put 3 bands in the bank. He let me do it. So I had my own crib. I went and talked to her mother. I said, listen, Miss Hill, I said, I know I'm only 17, but this house kind of crowded. I love your daughter, and I promise you I'll take care of her. And here go $5,000. She said, you know what, Quay? I believe you.
So they selling daughters for $5,000?
No, listen. Whoa. No.
Human trafficking is cheap in
Michigan. Bro, that's a dowry, bro. This shit ain't India.
Nah.
Pull up with some fucking goats and vegetables and get a nice flip Michigan girl.
5 racks, you get you a nice lifelong wife, lifelong companion for 5 racks.
Michigan really the third world, yo. Michigan
no,
really
Flint
the third
is.
fucking world.
5 racks? That's a great deal for a wife.
Nah, I just wanted to help her, man. It wasn't about that. I just wanted to help her.
Did you negotiate it? Did the mom try to, you know what I'm saying? Was the mom like, all right, 10. Give me 10.
That's the final offer, 5.
You can do whatever you want with her for 10.
You spent more than that over the years, though.
Yeah.
So that was a down payment, technically.
She was worth it, man.
Got you.
She was worth it. And it wasn't no
Yo, but was there ever times you were arguing with her? And like she just being a pain in the ass, you want to say, woman, I paid $5,000 not to hear this shit, okay? I took you out of a life with your moms and a crowded-ass family, put a roof over your head.
We got clean water.
Taste that water. Tell me if it don't look like Arizona tea.
No, just listen, man. Listen, okay. Bosses take care of their people.
Absolutely.
So it's the same as you slipping $500 in your grandma's purse.
Why my brother got auto-tune all of a sudden? What happened? Oh, all right. Slipping money in your grandma's purse.
Yeah, and I just took care of my people, and shit wasn't good. We from Flint, we from the bottom. She was a single mother, and I'm taking her support system. Ashley was the oldest, so we are family now. Mm-hmm. So for me to show my loyalty and show that I'm a part of this family too. Like, you ain't losing your daughter, you gaining the son.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, here you go, mama. But she coming over here with me, so boom. She came over, and she helped me through school. Like, the days I used to just skip school, we get up at the same time. I went to the same high school as her, and she just helped me out. I barely got into college, but I got there,
So you were going to school, high school, and selling crack professionally?
Absolutely.
And you managed to do both. You managed to have a full-time job and go to school.
Yeah, y'all, New York niggas be fucking it up, man. Like, hustling is, like, different, man. Like, I'm going to tell you something about hustling. All right? Yeah. The real good people or the real big drug dealers get caught, and the real bad ones get caught. Because when you so good and everybody know it, if the streets know it, the feds know it.
Absolutely.
And when you bad, you just doing dumb shit, you're going to get knocked off anyway.
Right.
It's the niggas that stay in the middle. Don't do too much, don't do too little, stay to yourself.
And you had another life though. It's kind of like I always tell people, in pursuit of your dreams, you have to deal with your reality. So you was dealing with the reality by selling crack, but you was still pursuing your dreams by going to school.
Absolutely. Now I had a backbone with me, man. She she said, yo, you got to do this to get into this. Even though I barely got into college, I think I was like on an academic probation. Like, I couldn't get under a 3.0 or they was kicking me out. But God works. Because it was during the first semester, I took the blow I had, I took it to college, and I was serving these white boys, and I love that. I ain't have to worry about nigga robbing me. I'm taxing these niggas, like, I'm getting it. So I had a good setup. I left my dope in my girl dorm room.
Yep.
And anyway, our first semester.
I wouldn't recommend this to any of the kids listening. No,
absolutely not.
This is his story. Okay, it sounds great. Please don't follow this blueprint. All right.
But what you're saying is, if you are going to sell drugs, don't do it in the HBCU. Do it at a nice white college.
There you go. Sell crack to crackers on campus. All right.
Don't go to Howard with the plug.
I think we just got the title of this podcast.
Yeah,
crack
smart.
to crackers.
Selling crack to crackers on campus.
Y'all niggas fooling, man.
Well, this nigga and this cracker is crazy, okay? Crack. Okay, so what was your major?
Business administration.
I'm so interested by this because I think about my life and how reading helped me to transcend my circumstances. Mm. Flint isn't like a big city, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a small area, you know what I mean? Like, did reading help you transcend your circumstances? Did it make you dream bigger?
Absolutely, man. Because I'm going to tell you something, right? People don't believe in magic, but the only thing I do is pick up a book.
Word up.
Because, like, think about it, man. It's a tree, and that tree get cut down, and it's just a plain piece of paper, right? You look at that shit, and you read it, and it creates the theater of the mind. If they ain't magic, I don't know what it is.
Listen, I agree. I totally
you escape.
You escape. I totally understand the transformative power of books because coming from where I come from, a small dirt road, like that's the only thing that kept my imagination high. That and hip hop music.
Yeah,
like it's the only thing that made me dream bigger than my circumstances.
They gave me chills, man. Yeah. Because that's what it is, man. It kind of just it gives you a view. Reading a good book puts you on top of a mountain.
Absolutely.
And you forget you on top of a mountain, you know.
At what point did you stop selling dope, though? Like when?
All right, so I'm going to tell you. So now, our freshman year at Ferris, I kept my dope in her room. I'm going back to Flint to, handle some more business. I'm halfway down the highway. She said, yo, baby, turn around. We ain't got to do this shit no more. I said, what? She said, yo, turn around. I just got a call from... And they want to give us a deal.
A publisher?
Yeah.
Okay, who was the publisher? You don't want to say the name?
Well, it was Urban Books.
Okay.
Carl Weber. Carl Weber gave us our first opportunity.
All right.
And he had a division under Kensington.
So funny.
Yeah. So
so hesitant to say names. It's so funny.
No, it's all
old drug dealer shit.
I know it's a legitimate businessman.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Old drug dealer shit.
All right, fine.
It's just natural. I'm sorry.
Target, man. We was at Target. I'm gonna say what it was, bro. We were shopping for some hand towels at Target, and there was a nice gentleman named John Malloy was the employee at Target, and he rang us up. I'm gonna just be honest and say what it was. Nothing's gonna happen. It's legitimate business.
Yeah, so
you can give governments from now on. Now that you don't sell crack anymore, you give governments.
I appreciate that
You're
tidbit.
welcome, man. Don't worry about it, man.
So I'm down the highway and she called me, turn around. I said, yo, are you serious? She said, I swear to God, I'm looking at the email. So boom, I turned around. Now, mind you, I had the dope in her room. I come in, she's flushing it down the toilet. I grab her shoulders, babe, what the fuck is you doing? Like, she's like, no, we ain't got to do this shit no more. They want to fly us out to New York. They said, send your government name. They going to fly us out on Friday. So I'm like, shit, bet, flush that shit down.
That's good she did that, though, because you might have been thinking, let me get this one last score, and you'd end up getting fucked up.
And that's fate. And she flushed down maybe, she flushed down a lot, right?
What do you think? How much?
Maybe like 40. Right?
$40,000?
Yeah, on the street price. Yeah.
On the street
and that's
price.
8 times what you paid for her.
Absolutely.
8 times more what you...
So, you know how many wives you could have got for that shit, bro? You could have had a harem, bro. What you thinking, man? She's not making good financial decisions, bro.
Yeah, so listen, we came out to New York. We had a meeting. And the deal was 2 books for $4,000.
Oh,
yeah.
My God.
So listen, so we in the motherfucking hole, man. We like, but we wasn't mad because we had an opportunity.
It's about opportunity. There you go.
So like, I don't really care about the money all the time. It ain't about that. But me being a businessman, I'm young. I told him, yo, fuck 4,000. I need 40 bands for the book. This is a classic. He laughed and said, yeah, I give you 40,000. You write 10 books. You know what we did?
Wrote 10 books
in 6 months.
Wow.
Which enabled us to flood the market, and we became like an instant hit because we came out within the first 2 years we came out with 10 books.
So this is interesting to me. So like you brought a hustle mentality to the book market.
Absolutely.
So
every word is $1.
Exactly. So when you meant flooded the market, you literally like on some mixtape shit flooded the market. Like you were selling it.
That's exactly what we
like. Literally, you were selling it yourself.
Love it.
No,
we had the hard copies, and there was sometimes.
We did it ourselves, but we had Urban Books, which put it in the street for us. Right. I will always give them their props.
Now, did they rape y'all?
Yeah.
Because you telling me 10 books, 2 years, that's a lot of books.
Listen, I appreciate everybody that helped me get to this point. I never speak, if they did or they didn't, I always speak positive on them because without him, without the publishing company, without that teacher, I wouldn't be here. So
I mean, everybody's going to get over you on the first deal because they're taking all the risk.
Yeah.
There's no risk for you.
Absolutely.
Right? It's all risk for them.
People have to understand that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It wasn't about the money. It was about the opportunity. Yeah. But look, we got it. Maybe if we did get a better deal, we wouldn't have came out with so many books. You got to understand in the 24-month span, we came out with 10 books.
And it made your craft so fire, I'm sure.
Because look, it trained us to write so fast.
Yeah.
So now we on this, we thinking people do this. We like, yo, this. So we cranking them motherfuckers out. They like, yo, y'all, nobody ever did this.
Now you weren't getting royalties on these initial deals, right?
Yeah, we got royalties.
You did.
Yeah.
Man, whoever wrote that article needs to get fired. Yo.
Yeah. No, wait.
You need to get whoever
wrote
the article.
Take the sources. Do you remember?
It's on Time.
Yeah,
Time
Jody Rosen.
Magazine.
Okay. Jody Rosen. No, I just
New York Times.
Yeah.
This is fake news. It's real, man. How crazy is this shit?
No, it's not fake.
I'm reading this thing, thinking it's real.
And it's not like you got to embellish the story at all. The
story's
amazing.
He bought a woman for $5,000 in America.
Absolutely.
Who says there's no deals?
No, man. He ain't embellished, man.
Okay, so
he wrote what was right, man.
So it is true. In these first books, you weren't getting a royalty check. Meaning,
I don't really want to throw nobody under the bus. I want to talk about the positive.
What I'm asking is, what I'm saying is, what I'm saying that about is I was going to relate it to what's similar to what we went through at MTV, which is initially our first deal at MTV, and like most people who work at MTV, you're not getting residuals on the shows you do.
I might do business with MTV, man.
No, it's a good thing. You should do business. What I'm saying is like, because they would film an episode of Guy Code, and then they would play that episode. They'd rerun it, 1,000 times throughout the week, throughout the month, the years, or letter. Now we weren't getting paid every time it played. We were getting a sum per episode. Now somebody earlier in their career jumps at an opportunity like this. Because you see what it can bring you in the future.
Absolutely.
Now,
it's not always a bad deal. It's not always a raw deal.
But Tom Cruise or whatever ain't going to do that because he's like, well, I want you to pay me every time I want TV.
I'm sure Tom got raped early on. Yeah. Not raped, but did a shitty deal early on.
I'm saying that. My point is you take these opportunities when you're young. And you can't in hindsight go, well, they got me. It's like, no, they didn't get you. You got you because you got an opportunity to do something great.
And you learned the game.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't think it's a bad thing at all.
Yeah. I just don't like to speak down on nobody, man.
I'm with you. Now, I agree. Like anybody that provided you an opportunity, like because I feel like everything happens for a reason. Yeah. People come into your life for reasons, seasons, lifetimes, and you learn from all those experiences. I mean, I think the illest part about it is that you wrote 10 books in 2 years. Yeah. Like right now, your pen is probably phenomenal.
Yeah, we do pretty good. But listen, you know what? Man, I read your book, man. Phenomenal. Listen, I never laugh while reading a book, and the double entendres, the analogy about putting the weed in a bag. Yeah. I was like, I didn't want to say I thought you was gonna have a bad book, but for your first book, it was phenomenal, man. I think you're gonna be a better author than you is anything. Watch what I tell you.
It's funny thing is I used to write a lot back in the day. I used to write for like Ozone Magazine. I used to write blogs. Like, I mean,
and you read as a youngster, right?
That's all I did. My mother was an English teacher.
Oh wow!
So it's funny when you say you had a teacher who was an English teacher because it's like mentors matter, influences matter.
Absolutely.
Like, if I would have just been around the niggas doing nothing, I'd have been doing nothing. But the fact that I had 1 or 2 people in my life who planted those proper seeds got me on the correct path.
Absolutely.
So one of the things in this New York Times article that is complete bullshit.
No, it's not.
It's not. New York Times, man.
Listen, they got to keep it real.
No,
you know what I mean? If you keep it real, I don't got to bullshit.
Jody Rosen, my man, thanks for writing that.
So one thing he really complimented you guys on was story and plot.
Yeah.
Where did you learn story?
Well,
this is one of the things that I really admire about people in the TV world, in the movie world, and all these things. It's story.
Yeah, I appreciate the art of storytelling. It's an art.
Yeah,
it's nothing you can learn. It's something that's like embedded in you.
So this is organic.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But I mean, it must. If you write 10 books in a month, you must have some kind of formula, or 10 books in 6 months. You must have some kind of formula.
You want to know the process?
Hell yeah!
All right, so listen. So, I write with my wife, right?
Right.
So, people don't understand that creating the book is a thought process. We'll take 6 months talking about a book, but 3 weeks writing a book, right? Because our whole life, that's the only thing we do. We talk about plots, twists, character development, just different nuances, hidden messages. This is our whole life. My wife writes for a living. I write for a living. My son has a book coming out. So our house is like full of creativity and Mozart and Jay-Z and Nas. You know what I'm saying? Beethoven. Right. Like, I just really love my life. It's like constant sharpening of the minds. So when it's time to write, we got this big whiteboard on our living room wall, right?
Why is it got to be white?
Because I like white people that made me rich.
That's what's up. Appreciate it. Hey, you're welcome.
Yeah. So I just don't think a blackboard would work. But we got this whiteboard.
I'm not going to co-sign that statement at all.
I knew it. All right, Andy is back.
I'm not going to co-sign.
He said blackboards wouldn't work.
That was Quavers. That was Quavo talking that shit. I think blackboards are great, especially when you put some white chalk on it.
White makes everything better. This guy.
Yo, listen, my wife loves you, man. Right?
Oh, respect.
No, listen, I used to think you was racist.
Yeah.
I thought y'all was like the Skip Bayless and
Stephen A. Smith.
I loved y'all show, right? Yeah. And my wife just like, I love Andrew, and I'd be like, what the fuck you mean? She said it too many times. She said it like 5 times. Right?
I respect her. Smart woman.
So that's when he started writing about. He started writing about all these white people getting killed in his books. Man. All of a sudden, all these white men just started getting killed, and his book's crazy.
but the process, we outline the whole story on a whiteboard, like chapter 1 through 20. We just outline what the story's going to be about, what we were going to accomplish in chapter 1 and so on. And then we go at it like an NBA draft. She likes to write sex scenes, so she said, yo, I want chapter 7. And I say, yo, all right, he getting murked on chapter 20. That's what I want. And we do that until there's no more chapters left.
Okay, that's great. So you plot out each chapter, what's going to happen in each chapter, and then you can write different parts of the story because the skeleton's already there.
And multiple stories.
Love it. Now, here's my question. If she's writing these sex scenes, is she ever trying to, like, nudge you into telling you what she wants?
Yeah, like if you ain't never ate ass. Yeah, she keeps writing about getting her ass ate.
Everything is about eating ass. And
listen, if we influence...
About a wife who's longing for her ass to get shellacked, and it never does. And the one thing that could hold the marriage together is a nice hockaloogie in a booty.
Hockaloogie in a booty. Chris, come say that in your Asian accent. That'll be hilarious. Come say that real quick, Chris. Just say it real quick in your Asian tone. Hockaloogie in a booty.
No, we don't fuck
Holy
with each other,
Charlamagne thinks that's an Asian accent. Hockaloogie and a boogie. What, you
That don't
from
sound Asian.
China?
That don't sound Chinese. Hockaloogie.
Chris, speak into it. Bring that calming
I
tone.
don't know what you're talking about.
You know. Say hockaloogie and a booty, Chris.
I'm all right.
Come on, Chris, for the culture.
For the Asian
For the
culture.
Asian culture.
Hit the gong,
I was
Dwayne.
about to say that. We're hanging out too much. I can't hang out.
Okay, so yeah, go.
So the sex scenes, right? So it never, or does she ever write something and then you try it in bed? She's like, yo, why are you trying to do chapter 6?
No, man, chill, man. No, look, we don't influence each other writing because if we did, it'll defeat the purpose.
But
of
no,
collaborating.
do you personalize it? She's writing all these crazy sex scenes.
Well, you have to when you write 45 books.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, a piece of us is in every book.
So,
You know what I'm
but does she want you to do some crazy shit? Is she trying to let you know?
No, man,
Or
we
do you
keep it
ever let her
gangster.
know how you would kill her?
What the fuck?
What?
I'm
That's
just
some white
saying.
guy shit.
No,
it's cool.
What?
I'm
He
trying to
went
ride
straight
with you.
Eminem just now. What the fuck?
You know what I'm saying? You write some book and then you got like a murder scene or like how you get away with killing your wife, and she's like, yo, this is really thought out. How you got this far?
No, man. No,
Does it
man.
help your relationship though? It got to, right? Like
Yeah,
working
man.
together, doing business together.
Yo, bro, listen, man. Like, I know a lot of people say, yo, this is my best friend, but my wife is my best friend.
That's real.
Like how I grew up, I don't really fuck with a lot of people because friends will get you killed. So I'm blessed to have a best friend and a wife in one. So I'm good, man. Like if I die tomorrow, I'm good, man.
I correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't they making like a movie of your life? Or
Yeah, we doing well. We just got signed with NBC Universal.
Okay.
We developing something over there right now. We got another deal at Warner Brothers, and we the executive producer of Queen Sugar's creating a show with us, and that's gonna be phenomenal.
so it's gonna be a
wait.
scripted show based on you and your wife's relationship.
No, not that one in particular,
Okay.
but we are doing something like that with NBC.
That's the natural
Yeah.
progression of all of this, right?
Yeah, based around Flint. Like, you're gonna love it, man.
What was you doing with Tax before?
Yo, you know what, man? Tax my nigga, man.
Yeah,
he just
Tax.
got a good soul, man. And it just was like real, recognized real. We was building. And he a jail nigga, so he was familiar with my work. And we was talking. And the nigga, the crazy shit about it, he announced what we was doing. I was doing like an audio movie with him, right? And he got knocked like 2 days after, man.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. So we was doing some innovative shit, man. And I think he gonna pull through it. He gonna step out that motherfucker like Pac. You hear me? And
Well, we need him to be the good side of Pac.
the good side.
Yeah, I don't want him to step out like Pac and be the thug life guy.
Nah,
Like, you got to turn a brand new leaf.
Yeah,
All
we was
right?
doing like an audio movie, man, just like a book you can listen to with sound effects, music, and
Now,
And he was gonna come to Flint, man, and talk to the young boys. People don't say the good
cool.
stuff about Tax.
Nah, they don't. You're absolutely right. I mean, everybody gets in situations that they just got to figure out in life, but people don't talk about the energy Tax had to actually bring about change.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
true.
And I think that's the most important thing.
you said
Absolutely.
that he read the books in prison.
Yeah.
Now, I also read in this article that may or may not be true that the books are illegal in some jails.
Yeah, it is. Yo, why you keep on discrediting like New York Times, man?
You discrediting them. I'm talking
No,
about like
I'm just
the
saying, man,
truth,
like they ain't gonna never fuck with me again, man. You bad.
That's on them, bro. They got to keep it real.
I love
man.
the New York Times.
Yeah, you can't
I
burn
do
your bridges.
too.
I got an
Until
article coming out in the New York
today.
Times this week.
And it's gonna do wonders for you, man.
Yeah.
So,
and they focus on talented people, man.
Dude, it was a great article. I loved
And they
it.
do their homework on the things they write about. They're
Well,
phenomenal, man.
Matter of fact, I just had an article in the New York Times a couple weeks ago.
okay, we're not talking about you. We're talking about Quavo.
I'm just saying that I love the New York Times.
I hope
right?
you become the most
And I
famous
love Quavo, and I love Takeoff, and I love Offset.
Thank you, brother.
All right.
Okay, so, but why are they illegal in prison? Because people are fighting over them.
Yeah, because in prison, we have a series in particular that's the $100 bill in prison. It's nothing more valuable than the cartel.
Really?
Promise to God.
It's called The Cartel, and in prison they're reading it.
It's the $100 bill in prison. It's called the cartel. We have number 7 comes out in July.
So, are dudes like bribing other dudes with
Man,
this book?
whatever.
Like, I'll let
Whatever
you
you
read
can
a
do,
chapter if you
whatever
suck
you
my
can do
dick?
for money.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know about all that, but whatever.
Oh, that's possible, yo. Fuck me.
Yo, whatever you can do
10 pages.
Jesus
with
Christ.
money outside of the prison is money. Wow. What you can buy on the outside, you can buy on the inside with it. That shit like having a $100 bill. You got our whole collection. You ballin'.
How much Black Privilege is worth in Sing Sing?
I don't know because it's not on paperback yet. I think
You're gonna get it.
Yeah, I
they're
think
gonna eat it. They're gonna eat it up.
I mean, the only person I sent one to in jail was Tax. So I don't know. I don't know if he even got it yet because it's hardcover. So I don't know. Somebody told me today. I don't think they can get hardcover books. I don't know.
Nah.
So they'll probably end up sending it back. I don't fucking know.
Just take the cover off.
It's still hardcover,
Brody.
What do you mean?
It's the hardcover, man. You on drugs?
Well, just cut that shit off, and then it's just the papers, right?
It's in the papers.
I got
so
you.
What you thought I meant? Take the plastic off the hardcover? Come on, y'all.
How's your mother now? Like,
Yeah, she's doing better. I take care of her. I love that's my baby, man. I love my mama.
do you have a lot of guilt for how you
Absolutely.
used to treat her? Yeah.
Absolutely. But it was naive. Yo,
She's
listen,
off
man.
the drugs now?
Yeah, she doing better. She doing better. And I was so
does that
naive. She doing better,
So like
That's my mom too.
Less drugs.
Yeah. She I don't want to
It's
speak
hard to
bad
break
on my
drugs.
mom.
You're not speaking bad. You're speaking honestly. It's hard to. I think people will resonate because there are a lot of people who probably listen to this who deal with drug problems in their family. You know,
And it's crazy because, I mean, when you're dealing with drugs, it's a lifelong issue.
It's a battle.
It's a
you
bad
never stop being addicted. You just stop doing it.
Absolutely.
And that's what people don't understand. A lot of people can. You never stop being addicted.
Right.
A lot of times people can change what the addiction is. Like some people go from drugs to marathons. Some people go from drugs to reading.
It's a personality trait.
But it's part of you.
Yeah.
There's something missing, and we could probably relate on this on some level. There's something missing in there, and you fill it with drugs. And some people fill it with working out. Some people
Smart
fill it
man.
with fucking yoga.
Smart man.
So
That's a good point
It's a
because-
lifelong thing, man.
Hustling is an addiction as well.
Same shit.
But you started
I was on the
writing.
other side. Yep. I was on the other side.
You switched it.
Yeah.
To
And I just applied what I did in the streets into a more corporate setting.
Yeah.
And I just did well. I did very well.
But people don't realize your schedule. Like when I was reading this article, your schedule is crazy.
Yeah.
To me, like you're waking up at what, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning?
You know what, man? That's when I get a peace of mind. Like when I'm writing, when I'm creating, I don't want to hear a lawnmower. I don't want to hear kids playing outside, cars moving. So I write during the night. That's when that's genius hours, man.
My brother, I do the same. Like when because I did actually write a lot of my book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I would get up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning on
Get
Saturdays.
to it.
Like, because it's I don't know why. That's just great hours. I mean, I wake up that time of day every day for the radio, but just I don't have to do that on Saturday. But I would just wake up and do that. I don't know why. It just seems like it's a different type of energy.
Yeah.
Like
Dude,
things are
it's
just coming from like the
quiet.
universe into your mind.
I don't wake up. I stay up to that late. I'm like a night person because I perform at night. But I agree with you. That's when I'm creative.
Yeah,
it's
man.
3 in the fucking morning. You're walking
Yeah.
around the house. Everybody's asleep. You can actually think.
Yeah, man.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, so it works for me.
It's been a very lucrative business as well, right?
Yeah, man, we
I see
did
a nice
well.
little rollie. See you over there
Yeah,
shining.
no, that ain't nothing, man. That ain't what it's about. That ain't what it's
covering it
about.
up.
It's-
Because that ain't what I'm about, man.
But I love hearing stories like this because, you know, you from the hood. A lot of times when we see people that are successful, they're usually in entertainment or some form of athletics.
Yeah.
Like a lot of brothers don't read, nonetheless write. So this is like a door that reading could open up for people if you just expand your mind with that process.
Absolutely, man. You just gotta. People they don't understand that art is everything, man. Like when somebody got a story to tell, they grab a microphone. Me, I just grabbed a pen. Like Nas was like one of my favorites growing up, and the way he used to tell stories, it was like Shakespearean. He had a song. He actually told a Romeo and Juliet type story, but people didn't even understand. They thought
Which
he
one?
was, when he was talking about went to the casino, came back, his wife.
What's the name of it?
Undying Love.
Undying Love, okay.
Undying Love. Like that's Shakespearean. But people from the hood, they don't understand. They just think Nas just can rap good. But that motherfucker told you a story.
Yeah.
Do you
And
see? You're obviously good at stories and understanding story. Do you see the same stories repeated, like the same type of story, the archetype of a story repeated?
That's life though.
But no, I'm not criticizing it. But like, they often say that, the Jesus story is repeated. Like Harry Potter is just the Jesus story, or the Lion King is the Jesus story, or even Star Wars is the Jesus story.
Yeah.
For someone who's familiar with story, do you start to see these archetypes in film and that kind of shit?
Because there's only a certain amount of stories you can tell. The magic in it, the skill set is how you tell it. That's it. Just
What's
how
the
you tell
typical
it.
story? How does it go? Can you just break it down quickly? Like what
Well, boy meets girl.
Okay.
They fall in love.
Okay.
Deception. Redemption.
Who's deceiving who?
That's up to you. Sometimes it's a third party. Maybe it's the woman deceiving the man or vice versa.
So your version is boy buys girl.
No, I ain't about my wife, man.
Boy purchases girl. Girl, what is the girl deceives boy by flushing $40,000 worth of coke down the drain, takes opportunity and turns it into $1 million business. That's a pretty good fucking story, bro.
That is an amazing story, my brother.
Hey, man, Quavo.
You know what somebody told me? Somebody told me that most stories all derive from like certain aspects. Like for example, like Friday.
Okay.
Friday's a comedy, but they said that the story is derived from old westerns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's only maybe I think it's maybe 7 stories you can tell. That's what I'm trying to tell people.
Arrested Development. You heard of that show? It's like a comedy show, Arrested Development, right? It's like a quirky comedy show. It was on TV for a bunch of years. Yeah. Apparently, Arrested Development is The Godfather.
Word.
It's the same exact story as The Godfather, only done in a comedy. So what a lot of people do is take a story in a type of a film or a type of TV and then switch it for a different type. So they take a drama and then make it a comedy, or take a comedy then make it a dark drama out of it.
So what are the seven? I guess stories you can only tell.
What's the 7 deadly sins? Right, all of it's deriving from a sin.
Really?
Right? Yeah. What is it like?
Lust,
envy,
greed,
hate, jealousy,
envy,
wicked.
hate.
I can't say that word.
So if you incorporate that in a story,
that song, Nobody. It's fucked up.
That's the only way you can go if you're gonna make a story good, because you gotta take them up and you gotta take them down. The only how you're gonna take them down is by doing one of those seven sins.
So you use one of the sins.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah.
Are you bored with writing it?
No, man. You know why I love it, man. And then we're elevating. You know, we're moving into television, and the mind is a crazy thing, man. I don't think I ever get done with writing. I'm always creating. Listen, man. I want to say this too, man. It's two deaths, right? You die twice. You die when you die, you know, get buried, and then you die when your name gets said for the last time. That's the one I'm chasing. I wanna live forever, man.
Yeah, sure.
I wanna live forever. And to live forever, while you here on earth, you gotta do something amazing. So I'm always searching for that amazing. And I'm gonna do it. I
agree with that, man. I was talking about Tupac the other day, and I was like, man, 21 years later, Tupac is still out here winning beefs.
Yeah.
He's still out here motherfucking, he got a movie coming out, girls still talking about how they fucked him or did fuck him. Like, I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, that's what you want, bro.
He understood that. Once you understand that it's bigger than you, you'll win. Yeah.
My man, JC.
Man, Quavo, thank you so much for coming through, guys. Man. We really appreciate it.
Where can they find you, brother?
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm Barnes and Nobles. My tag is Real Jaquavis, RealJaquavis.
And weren't you supposed to be doing something with Birdman them too?
Yeah, Birdman, my nigga, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Birdman, he a good dude. You know what? I was gonna say it off air, but when Birdman told you, like, man, I knew the places you was gonna be. See, I didn't know y'all had smoke, but me and you had a meeting like a year ago, and that was his office. Like, he was Cash Money Content, and I invited y'all to the office. I didn't know y'all had smoke though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I know he get a bad rap or whatever, but me and him did good business for years.
Did he pay you?
Yeah, he paid me. But I'm gonna tell you something about. Look, I'm gonna tell you something about niggas. All right.
Okay. More important question.
Yeah.
Did he kiss you?
No,
Jesus Christ.
I don't know about none of that. You know what I'm saying? But in the street, you pay who you have to pay. You know what I'm saying? If you doing business with a nigga, some niggas you just don't fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
some of you don't fuck.
Well,
some
I
niggas.
Hope you don't fuck any of them.
You fuck with.
No, listen. No. I mean, that's just how I talk.
Oh, you fuck over you.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Got you.
Yeah. No, like, some niggas you don't fuck with, man. Like, you know, y'all make an agreement, you pay it. You know, in the streets, you do a deal with a sucker, and you like, man, nigga, I ain't paying you. See me in the street.
So basically saying Birdman thinks Lil Wayne is pussy.
Nah, I don't got nothing to do with that. I'm talking about me and Birdman.
Okay,
me and Birdman had a situation.
So Birdman doesn't think you're a pussy, at least. We can say that.
That's my
he
nigga, man.
Respects you.
Yeah, I fuck with him and Slim the long way.
Right.
And I hope y'all get that shit settled, because, man, I like you and I like him.
I never met him before.
Yeah.
Haven't met him after. Never spoke to him before. Never spoke to him after. I was just stating what was out there. Like, why would you sign to Birdman if he has a history of not paying his artists? Like, I don't think that's a bad thing.
Nah, it ain't. It ain't. But I only can speak on our business, and he paid everything he owed to me, and he kept his word. You know what I'm saying? So he forever cool in my eyes. So.
See, we need to hear more of that. Same way people need to
Yeah.
say the good things about tax, people need to say the good things about Bird.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Hey,
I'm about positivity, man.
Hey, thank you for coming, man. We appreciate you, my brother.
Thank you, brother.
Jaquavis.
Thank you. Hey, welcome to the club, man. You're a New York Times bestseller.
Yeah,
You're going to be there for the rest of your life, man.
that's what they say. He says like a gold medal.
Absolutely.
It's like having herpes, baby. All right. As always, if you listen to this fucking podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right. But if you listen to this podcast and you think we're just a couple idiots who don't know shit, you're right too. It's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you for listening.